You can step into my world, see the way I see it, no matter near or far. It is a sight worth seeing. Step into my world, see the way I see it. Rivah TV.
What is up, guys? It is your girl Rivah, and I am, of course, back again with another live stream. Guys, I have to tell you, okay? I have been so busy. It's so hard to keep all the stuff that I have going on away from you guys. All you guys keep hearing me say over and over again is that I'm so busy, but you guys would really not understand the half. Okay? You would not understand the half. Blessings to EP came in with the early shout out. Okay, he was early on time. Shout out to you, EP, because Sean, thank you again for always joining the streams as well. Monto Jackson said, "Glad you're back." Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Eugene Steele says, "Hi Rivah." Hi Eugene, how are you doing today? And then Kendrell with the like, share, comment, and subscribe. Always on his job. Okay, he is always on his job. And just to go back to Montel saying, "Glad you're back," guys. I'm telling you, it is not purposeful when I tell you I'm coming back and then you see me take another hiatus, or you don't see me doing as much live streams, but I promise that I'm at a space now that I can organize it, make sure that I'm on point, and you guys will be seeing me do a lot more live streams. Okay, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. It's been requested of me. I just been trying to find that balance. Justin Rudolph said, "Good to see you, Rivah. Good to see you as well." Big Homie 215, good evening. Good evening to you also. Chris G says, "Rivah, do the damn thing." Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And guys, remember that when you do come in the live stream, make sure you guys hit that like button and share the content if necessary, if you feel the need to. But we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and get right into this conversation. I know you guys can see the title. Okay, I know that you guys can see the title. This live stream was actually inspired by a reaction video that I did a while ago. And when I say a while, I think it might have been like a week or 2 weeks ago. And in this video, this woman is saying, that if your man do something, or if he come in late at 12 o'clock, you got to come in at 2, or if he do this, you got to do that. Like, kind of like a tick for tat situation. If he don't listen the first time, then make sure that you go on the ledge and you do this the second time so that he don't do it the first time. And essentially it was kind of like a form of scolding, right? Like the way that she was describing the situation, it was a form of scolding, and as well as a form of like, um what is the word I'm looking for? Like she gave him, like giving him a whooping, right? Like getting him into, whipping him into shape. And there was so many women on the post. I was trying to find the post today just in case not everybody saw it. That, let me see if I can find it. Let me just see if I can find it. There was so many women on the post who were like, "Oh yeah, girl, yeah, because I trained my man and he can't do this and he can't do that." And I'm gonna reprimand. Thank you. Yes, reprimand. And discipline is the word I was also looking for. Discipline and reprimand. And there were so many women. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking for the actual post. There were so many women on the post like, "Yeah, my man can't do this, my man can't do that, and he better not do that. Oh, my man would never come in the house like that." Like almost as if they were talking about children. Right? Like the vibe that I was getting was like, are you guys talking about the person who's supposed to protect you, the person that's supposed to lead you, or were you talking about a child somewhere? Let me know. I'm still looking for the post. But when I saw that post, I immediately was like, I did my reaction video, but I was like, there's a lot more angles of this conversation that need to be had. And if there is any angle that, doesn't take care of the whole topic, I'm gonna have to jump on my live stream and talk about it with you guys, because we need to break these things down. I'm still, like I said, still looking for the post so you guys can hear what this young lady had to say if you didn't hear it in my reaction video, as well as I'm going to express a lot to you guys about how I feel about this in general, because this is not, even though I did a reaction video to this particular topic, this is not something that is new, right? Like, this is not something that is rare or, happens once in a blue moon. Like, this is like a common behavior that a woman gets into a relationship with a man, and all of a sudden she thinks she his mom. All of a sudden she thinks she got to tell him what he can and can't do. All of a sudden she got to tell him, you know, uh what way is up and what way is down. All of a sudden, out of nowhere. And it's extremely toxic. It's really, yeah, like Kendra said, nope, it ain't new. It's really toxic behavior, and I don't know why other women get around women and then they think it's cute. Like, there's no women saying like, "Oh, I don't talk to my man like that," or I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't say that. I don't think that, you should relate to him in that way. That's not what's happening. What's happening is women are gassing other women up like, "Yeah, you better run him." Falling into the line of, "Oh, well, you're the prize anyway. He should be lucky to even have you. He should be lucky to even be in a relationship with you." And it's like, but what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Even if he is supposed to be, even if that were true, right? We know that's delusion. But even if that were true, what does that have to do with the respect necessary to be given to your spouse in a relationship? What does that have to do with anything? Guys, I'm having a hard time finding this post. I cannot find this post for nothing. I don't know where it is. I don't even know if I'm on the right page. I'm going to find it. I want to get into the conversation anyways, though. So what I realize is that if you really break this whole situation down, let's start from zero. Let's start from the beginning. A lot of these women are behaving in the way that they do, not only to their man, to their friends too, to the dog too, if they have children, to the children too. They are behaving the way that they're behaving to the people around them. And my guess is some sort of childhood trauma, right? In more times than not, you will see a lot of these women were raised by single women or women that ran their men. And they were raised in households that the mom was maybe stressed out, or, the mom would get burnt out all the time. And so she takes it out on the children. And instead of that child growing up and saying, I'm going to be different, or I want to break the cycle, I don't want to behave like this because I didn't appreciate this. Instead, that child then grows up and wants to be the one who is telling people what to do, the one who is breaking other people down because that is what she saw. Okay. So she's literally becoming and mirroring what it is that she saw in front of her. So my mama used to tell us, my mama used to wake us up in the middle of the night and make us clean the house just because we left one dish in the sink. So I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do the same thing to my kids. My mama used to be stressed out, and my mama used to tell me I can't come in the house with this or and that, and I can't walk on her, on the rug or whatever. I'm going to make sure I do the same thing. So they almost envy that toxic behavior. They almost envy it, like, "Oh, I instead of saying I can't wait till I grow up so that I no longer have to be subjected to this kind of behavior," they have this mindset like, "I can't wait till I grow up so that I can now be the one to exhibit this behavior." And you know who always gets the brunt of that? Besides the children, is the man. Mm. Besides the children getting the brunt of that, every single chance that they get, every wrong that they make, every mistake or whatever it is, instead of it only being them, it's the man who gets the brunt of that. So she tries to impose her power because maybe she doesn't have kids yet. She tries to impose her, newfound power on her spouse and control everything. Why you chew like that? Why you walk like that? Why you do this? Why you do that? Why you didn't do that? How come you didn't? How come you didn't? It's sickening. It's sickening. It's literally like a sickness. And what we have is there's so many people around that don't see anything wrong with it because they're so used to the toxicity. They think that toxic is normal. And normal is boring. This is the mindset that people have. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be anybody who is completely perfect out there. I am not going to say that. I'm not going to say that you're going to find perfection in someone. Everybody has their flaws, right? Especially, like I'm saying, people have childhood traumas. It's all about what you're trying to do to overcome the problems that you may have had. Maybe you're going to counseling, maybe you've gone to therapy. It's all about the work that you're doing to become the best version of yourself, not just sitting in it, knowing the problems that you've had, knowing the problems that you've had in the past, and then just kind of wading in the water, right? With no way to fix it in sight. It's not about that. It's about fixing it, realization, growth. So once you have somebody who is willing to grow, willing to evolve, you say to them, "Hey, I noticed that you've done this and this is wrong. Oh, I don't like the way that you spoke to me. Or this that you've done has been very disrespectful." And they are willing to uh, try, and it's not to your detriment. I get it. I completely get it. Everybody deserves to be on. Everybody deserves to be understood, right? In a sense, I say that very lightly. Like there's a line of understanding that is required just with basic humanity, right? Not everybody that honks at you outside in traffic do you have to react to, because you have no idea what that person is going through. You have no idea what that person has endured. You have no idea what kind of mindset that person has. So there's a certain level of understanding required just with basic humanity, just logical sense, just maneuvering through life, maneuvering through the world, a caution for your own self, which is fine. But the issue is that you have a lot of these women out here that are just loud and wrong. I don't know any other way to say it. They are just loud and wrong. Like, you can expose their nature to them. You can record them, play it back for them, let them hear themselves. You can literally show them all of their wrongdoings, and they don't see nothing wrong with it because they are comfortable in dysfunction. Comfortable in it. I see this comment here from TYM1107. Thank you so much for coming through. He says they seem to love dysfunction. They love it. If it's not dysfunctional, it's not for them. If you're not quote unquote toxic, they don't like you like that. They're not down. They don't want it. Oh, he boring. I need my man a little toxic. Like, these are the things that women genuinely are saying. And you have other women like, yeah, me too. I feel the same way because I'm a little toxic, so I need somebody else to be a little toxic. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy mindset to have. It's not a conducive mindset. Only thing that's gonna bring is dysfunction. That's the only thing that's gonna bring. And if you guys see me looking down, I'm still looking for the video so I could play it for you guys and also read some of the comments for you guys. But it's distasteful. And when the woman can't get a man, you know who she goes to control or try to control? The damn dog. So if she can't get a man to be in a relationship with her, she can't get a man to actually deal with her, right? To the point that he actually, quote unquote, wifes her or makes her, somebody that lives in his home, or he lives in her home, or however it goes. If they don't have children yet, the first thing that they're going to do is get a dog. They be yelling at the dog. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm not lying. You guys know I am not lying. I am telling you the truth. They will get the dog, scream at the dog, don't want a dog to behave like a dog. Dog coming from outside, they got clothes on the dog. They washing the dog feet every second. They spray the dog with cologne and perfume, and literally humanizing this animal to the point that this animal now can't even function as a regular dog because you have humanized it so much that now he can't even go on walks without the shoes on. Okay, Kendra? Dog be running away. Dog be like, if I ever get this leash off my collar, it's a wrap for you. it is a wrap for you. That's the last time you gonna hit me. How you gonna hit me for barking and I see somebody walking up the driveway? What you want me to do? I'm a dog. That's my nature. Trying to do everything to literally uh grab and grasp and squeeze the life out of something only for you to be able to control it. It's only the right way if you're in control. It's only the right things to be done if you're the one controlling it. Even the dog. Okay? I would say cats too, but you know them some of them cats not going for that. Dogs will love you to a fault, but some of them cats, them cats be ready to square up with you if you treat them wrong, and they don't forget. I want to read some of these super chats before we get through the rest of the points that I wanted to make on this topic, and then of course you guys know I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. I saw this one from J Lottie 009. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, Riva, thanks for keeping it 100. Makes me know I'm not crazy or being too picky. Men love peace and quiet after a hard day's work. I don't know why people don't get that. They get it. They get it. Do they care? No. Do they care? No. I've said this a couple of times, but I'm gonna have to keep on saying it because I'm seeing it just get worse and worse. So many women are just so lazy. They're so lazy. Anything that requires work, they don't want to do. And you know what requires the most amount of work? It is to be the best version of yourself. It's to level up. It's to face those dark spaces that you don't want to. It's to face that part of yourself that maybe you hid away because it's painful or it hurts you, or you know, when you think about your childhood and you really think about the fact that you've gone through so many things, or to actually look and analyze your childhood and realize, wow, the people who was raising me was doing some jacked up stuff. It takes a lot of strength and courage to be able to look at those things and analyze and realize, that wasn't right. So if that wasn't right, what I'm doing is not right. Takes a lot of work that people are not willing to do. So what they rather do is go sit down somewhere, stay in the dysfunction, gather a whole group of friends that are also dysfunctional, create a family full of dysfunction, and then perpetuate the cycle, because for them to look at all the people around them and have to push them away and realize, no, they're toxic, and no, they're actually adding to this bad behavior, is too much for them to do. It's too painful for them. It's too different for them. They're going to be out of the box. They feel like they're going to be alone. Yeah, sometimes you are. Because sometimes that is what is required. Most of the time, that's what's required for change. It's solitude. Confessions and Therapy said, salute, River. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. That's what's required. Sometimes you got to be by yourself. Sometimes you got to go find someone and go sit down, be by yourself, figure out what you're going to do, and get yourself together. Worse if you're going to create a whole new family with your husband, your children. You have to realize what was not serving you, what is not serving you, what was healthy, what was toxic. And then create your family based off of solid foundation, not just what the information that was given to you. Not that. I don't know if you guys saw the reaction that I did to Lauren London's interview with Angie Martinez. I mean, listen, like I told you guys, I have been backtracked, so I have a lot of live streams coming up, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to get through them majority of this week because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. But if you didn't see that interview with Angie Martinez and Lauren London, you know, she said one thing that was extremely powerful, right? She was saying that in Nipsey Hussle's passing, which if you don't know who Lauren London is, she was in a long-term relationship. Also, Nipsey Hussle's child's mother. They were in a relationship for a long time. They had a child together. They lived together, and he unfortunately passed away. And so she was saying, ownership. That's the one thing. Like, to love somebody is not necessarily to own them, which is valid, right? If there's one thing I could say all the time, is that your ego doesn't serve you in a relationship. And she was even diving into the parts of saying, like, whenever you start saying, like, oh, my man, that's my man, what you doing, who you talking to, who that, where you going, once you start to possess this person, it changes from love. Maybe your intentions in the beginning were love, but that transforms into control. And if we're honest, and I know how y'all like to tussle. I know a lot of people gonna be mad at me for what I'm about to say, but I have to be honest. A lot of women are in relationships. You know the reason why a lot of women are the one who file for divorce first, the women are the ones who walk away, why the women are the ones who run from the relationship, because we have a whole bunch of women who are in relationships with men that they do not like. They don't like that man. They don't even love that man. They are in that relationship with that man because of time, because of being comfortable. Okay, Elsie. Okay, he can't make them happy. They can't even make themselves happy. But you know what keeps them in that relationship? The fact that they have somebody that they can control. The first thing she do when she wake up in the morning is try to tell him what to do. The first thing. You have some women that go all the way down to what their man can wear, can't wear, what he's supposed to do, not do, what he's supposed to go, not go. He got to be in the house at 12. He came in at 12:01. I'm locking him out like they are an adult dealing with a child who is in high school that broke the rules. That's what fuels them. And it's toxic. It's so toxic. A lot of women get into relationships with men, and first of all, they just lie. Okay, they just lie their way into the relationship. They just lie and pretend. We got to keep it real. They just lie and pretend they way into the relationship. Okay, they just fumble, lie, and pretend they way into relationship. I don't know where they get this person from, this representative from, but this representative is without spot or wrinkle. And then as soon as he says, "Will you be in a relationship with me?" that switch turns. Where you going? Same thing as when a woman and a man are in a relationship for years and then she gets that ring on her finger. You can't be going to work because you a husband now. You my husband. You can't be up in the club. You can't be, having basketball night with your friends. You can't be over here because you my husband now. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. One of the things that, especially if I'm talking to you, right? Because I know I'll be having some viewers that I'm talking to you, but you don't really surface, or you don't really want to say. But if I'm talking to you, you have to figure out what is it about yourself that you feel like you need to always be in control when you know for sure you don't always have the answers. You don't. If you need to be in control so much, just be alone. I know. Y'all gonna be like, "What you mean, River? Aren't you an advocate for relationships?" I sure am. Healthy relationships. Healthy relationships. Why drag somebody else down to the ground when you know, as Elsie said, they can't even please you. They can't make you happy. You can't make yourself happy. You don't even know what it requires to make you happy. But you're respecting this person to do it every single day. Why should somebody else be subjected to all the trauma that you've gone through? All your problems, all your negativity. Free that person and let them go find somebody else that can actually be their peace. instead of be the person that's causing their pain because you want to control something so much. A lot of women that be trying to control everything, I'm gonna be real with you. That's why you get cheated on. I said it. I said it. Because the more you try to control, the more he don't want to be controlled. The more you try to prove, the less he wants you to prove. The more you try to, oh, come here, give me a kiss in front of some random person, some random stranger in the store, the less he want to be seen with you. And you drive him out the house. Drive him directly out the door. It's toxic. It's toxic. Love is a freeing, like when people talk about love, I know they have like the fruits of the spirit. I think it's called the fruits of the spirit, and this is like biblical terminology. So it doesn't matter what background, religion, belief system that you have. I'm just using this as a point of reference. Fruits of the spirit, is that what it is? Is it fruits of the spirit? No, not the fruits of the spirit. Love, the definition of love. Okay, we just gonna use big biblical terms, and we also gonna go into the dictionary, and we're gonna look for the definition of love. You know what? Let's start with the dictionary. Let's start with the dictionary. Love definition. Okay. Okay. So the word love means a great interest and pleasure in something, or an intense feeling of deep affection. You know why a lot of people have problems? I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people have problems because they're in relationships with people, but they're actually in a whole different relationship in their head with the idea of the person. I'm going to say that one more time. The problem is there's a lot of people who are in love with the idea of being with that person, but they're not really in love with that person. They're not. You want to know why? Women have come on the internet over and over and over again. If you look on TikTok, if you look on Instagram, if you look on the blogs, you will see it everywhere. Women do not know what men want, what men require, what men desire. And if I'm being honest, a lot of women don't know their man. They don't know him. They know he tall. They know he muscular. They know that his eye color what mixed with her eye color gonna give her some baby with some pretty eyes. They know his hair texture. They know how much money he make. They know the car he drive. They know where he live. They know where he work. They might know a sport or two that he watches on TV, but they don't know that man intricately. So how can you, as the definition states, how can you find great interest and pleasure in something, or form deep affection for someone, if you don't know them? How are you going to do that? And that's why I say a lot of people are in relationships with the idea of the person, in the thought of the person, in the possibility of what could be, but not really in real love with that person that they're in a relationship with. And it's deeper than what's your favorite color. It's way deeper than that. What makes this man happy? What makes this man tick? What does this man deem as disrespectful? What does this man deem as mean? What does this man deem as cold or whatever? Knowing your partner intricately will keep things balanced. It will keep you in alignment. Because a lot of women talk about, oh, ain't no good man around here. And you had one, but you didn't know because you don't know him. You were in that relationship, but you were always actually in a relationship with your phone and with your homegirls. So you couldn't see the person who was in front of you. You just followed the narrative. Oh, yeah, ain't no good men. No, they weren't the problem. It was you. If we're being real, a lot of women just say anything. They just say anything out of their mouths in any tone. They talk to you, like I said. Sometimes they talk to the dog better than they talk to you. If we're being real, your man go outside with you and he see you talking to a stranger and he feel disrespected because he's like, damn, you don't even talk to me like that. How can you even talk to that stranger like that when you talk worse to me? How we just wake up in the morning and you mad? Hmm. Now we're gonna go to the definition of love biblically. Okay. And this is when we say how does it go? Love is patient, love is kind. I know a lot of us have grown up with seeing these things on like posters and like some what are they, like pictures and stuff like that. Just like what's that other one that we've seen a whole bunch of grown up, accept the things I cannot change. Is like, so we seen the definition of love as well. So this is the biblical definition of what love is. Love is patient and kind. Can we just stop right there? We could just stop right there. Okay, we could just stop right there. We could just stop right there. Love is patient and kind. This is how we know that a lot of you guys are not operating out of love. And again, I'm using this for context, for a deeper conversation. If this is true, and I'm talking, okay, some of y'all Christian, some of y'all claim, y'all go to church and stuff like that. That's what some of y'all claim. I ain't never said that, but some of y'all be saying, y'all Christian and stuff like that, and you know how to be a submissive wife, and you know how to love your man, and you know how to do all these things but you're not patient or kind to anyone. Not to your neighbors, not to the people in the grocery store. Nowhere. Nowhere. If we asked your man right now how he would describe you, kind would not come out of his mouth. Love would not come out of his, not even patience wouldn't come out of his mouth. Oh no. I've seen it so many times where people have done like TikTok videos and stuff like that, and it would be like, oh yeah, oh she about to go off, oh she about to fly off the handle, oh yeah, let me hold her back because you know how she do, you know how her mouth do. It's become this common trend, this common, thing that people do over and over again. No one is describing you as patient. No one. The next thing that it says is it does not envy or boast. Again, hang it up. We could just hang it up. Does not envy or boast. Your man got a promotion at your job. You looking at him like, why you walking around with your chest all high? Like you all of that. Then you go stress yourself out at your job so you can get a promotion too, competing with your man. That's what you do. You come home and you walking around like, oh yeah, because what did you do all day? Because I've been working. You know what your man got laid off for? I worked 20 hours. How many hours you work? 10. You don't got no reason to be boastful. Just walking around boastful. Complete opposite of what these words say. Does not boast or does not envy or boast. And you be envious and boastful of the same man you in a relationship with. That same exact man. Which means, again, you are not operating out of love. It is not arrogant or rude. It's not arrogant or rude. A lot of you guys are the complete opposite. Arrogant and rude. You're arrogant and rude. That's the one thing you know how to be. And we could add some extra words in there too. Arrogant, self-centered, rude, nasty. Love does not insist on its own way. Control. Control. I want to shout out Kevin C. Thank you so much, Kevin C, for the super chat. It says, shout out to you, Riva, dropping gems. You know, when your wife knows you, she literally knows everything about you, almost better than you do. For real. She be like, babe, put that back because you don't like that. I don't? No, you don't like that one. Get the other one. She knows. She knows. Again, it says, it does not insist on its own way. There's no control. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Can we just... It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Your man tell you the truth and you ready to chop him down. Okay. You ready to cuss him out. You ready to send him back wherever he came from. You ready to go off. You cutthroat at that point. I can't, but who you talking to? Babe, do I look fat in this? Yeah, you look like you gained a couple pounds. Oh, no, you didn't. Like, ready to go off. You know why? Because you're not operating out of love. Love is free. A lot of you guys need to rewind a tape and go all the way back to the beginning. And remember when you saw that man, he could do no wrong in your eyes? Remember when you would see that person and say, hey, you know, he's so handsome, or he's so this, or he's so sweet, or oh, my baby, I love him so much. Remember when you did that? The problem is a lot of y'all be like, oh, my baby, I love my baby so much. And then as soon as things go left, or, you know, he's not doing something that's pleasing to you, that baby turns into your son, and now you talk down to him. Now you talk down to him. Oh, baby, baby, turns into go over here, go do this. It's a beautiful thing to experience free love that is freeing, not bound. Nobody is bound. Some of y'all women are so, I don't get it, just so again in need of control, that you would rather force a man to be with you than actually experience pure love in a relationship, because that's the only way you know how. You rather have a man that feels like he can't go nowhere, do nothing without you, than a man who just freely loves you. And then if a man does show you love freely, oh, he all up on me. I don't know why he all up on me. He is so annoying. You love dysfunction. You enjoy it. You crave it, actually. The more peaceful it is, the more crazy you act. The more calm he is, the more disrespectful you get. The more forgiving he is, the more wrongdoing that you do. I love this comment from Cypher You. Thank you so much for the comment. It says, love is an action word. It's how you express admiration, friendship, intimacy, in my opinion. It is. Love is not the wedding. Love is not the wedding dress. That's not what love is, right? Love is not the facade that you put on for other people. Love is not the post that you post on social media. Oh, my baby, I love you so much, my king. And when a king meets a queen, that's not what love is. Love is every day. Love is how that person experiences you. Love is the energy that that person feels from you every day. Not just the words you say. Some of y'all be nasty, disrespectful, and rude to your man and then wake up in the morning talking about, baby, I love you. What? What are you even talking about? What are you talking about? It's distasteful. A lot of women have to get out of this space of trying to control somebody. Again, sometimes it might be because some of y'all was raised by single moms that you seen controlling everything. So you just feel like that's the right way to do it. And you just control everything. But a lot of y'all are built different. And you can't control anything. And you get overworked, burnt out, this, that, but you done been controlling everything from the beginning. So now when you look at this person, I need you to help me. I've been doing everything. Nobody told you to. Nobody told you to. If a man sees you acting like you got everything, he gonna feel like you got it. So why are you looking at me for help? Don't you got it already? Because you're acting like you got it. You're acting like you don't need me. You always tell me every day that you could do better by yourself, but you just with me because of whatever. So what are you talking about? Stop trying to control this other person. The more you try to control, the more it's just gonna fall out of your grasp. Thank you so much, Corey. The more you try to hold on, the more it's gonna slip away. If you find yourself out of touch with the person that you were in a relationship with, and you no longer like anything about this person, you need to first self-reflect, see what is it that you have done to change the relationship. Self-reflect again, because with women are very coddling. They coddle themselves, they hush themselves. Oh, poor me. So you need to self-reflect a couple of times. Okay, because the first time you're not going to see nothing wrong with you. So self-reflect again. See what part you had to play to the change in the relationship, or to the change in the view that you have of your man. Then self-reflect again for the third time and see what ways can you make the relationship better. Self-reflect again for the fourth time. Self-reflect again. Have you been giving this person the best version of yourself? Self-reflect again. Is it that the truth is I really don't want to be with this person, but I'm just with this person to say that I'm with them? Self-reflect again. If that's true, why bind somebody into a relationship with you that is going to create toxicity, stress, drama, trauma, problems, and unhappiness just because you have codependency issues? Because if every day you feel like you just don't like this person, why subject them to being around you, thinking that you love them? And relationships have ebbs and flows, okay? Relationship have ebbs and flows. Sometimes you might not like your spouse. Okay, I heard somebody, I don't know who it was. They said that they didn't like each other for like 4 or 5 years. But they had a greater duty that took precedence over their emotions for each other, and so they worked towards that, and everything rekindled and rebuilt and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. Everybody's situation is different though. Some of y'all are not even married. Some of y'all are just in the relationship and hanging on, and you don't even want to be with that person for real. But you bringing a marriage to that person all the time. Oh yeah, so when we gonna get married? And you don't really even like him like that. You just want to be married because your friends are. If we're being honest. I'm about to drop the link, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link so that some of you guys can be a part of this conversation, but it's very distasteful. It's very distasteful. Women come online and disrespect men every day. And if a man says something that is not even disrespectful, if a man just speaks the truth on the internet, you guys go off. If a man just tell you the truth, we don't like women that's disrespectful. They be shaming us. You see, all these men, Kevin Samuels just done got these men acting crazy. But women disrespect their man over and over again. I saw a clip of a man who went to that restaurant, that Salt Bay restaurant. I don't know if you guys ever saw it before, where he, like, I'm sure y'all know Salt Bay, right? And then he chops up the meat and then he like puts it into like a person's mouth or whatever. And there was a couple that they went to Salt Bay restaurant, and Salt Bay had chopped up the meat and he had the meat dangling to go into the woman's mouth. And the man was like, "Nah, I'm good. Thank you though." And he went back and he put it down and he walked away. And you should have seen the comments. The comments was full of women saying, "I can't believe, oh, if my man was ever that boring, I would leave him." Huh? Oh, if my man ever did that, that could have never been me. Oh, I feel so bad for Salt Bay. He looks so sad. They felt more bad for the man who was cutting up the meat to dangle in their mouth. That's making how much money a night from providing the service. Then they respected this man for setting a precedence. Like, no, you're not going to be dangling no piece of steak in my wife's mouth when I'm sitting right here. We didn't come here for that. We came here for the salt. Okay, do the salt, chop up the steak, put the little gold flakes, and peace out. But women were clowning that man. Again, women boldly disrespect their man on a daily basis and see no wrongs in it. They see no wrongs. Let a man say, "I don't want my woman to be big." Oh no. Oh, he is shaming body. Somebody call the people. Somebody call the people, because we are not going to deal with this. I see Krishan, I see Adam, I see Christian in the back. I'm gonna get to you guys in a second. They are back here cutting up, y'all. I see them laughing back here. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. He said River low key is savage. Low key. Low key. But I'm telling the truth. But I really want, like, women to wake up and realize what's happening, because I did a reaction video today earlier. It done made it to the church. Okay, they done had Bishop J's talking about women being masculine. It done made it to the church. Okay, Kevin Samuels was all the way. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about it on the internet. I know people. I always say, I know the world don't revolve around him. He's not the only person that's been talking about this stuff, but he's the person that made it public. Okay, he's a person that made certain conversations and verbiage very public, right? And just to see it, like I said, it went all the way into the church. A lot of churches was against him, and now they talking about the same things. Our families are changing. Our family dynamics are changing. The world is drastically changing right in front of our eyes. Like, drastically changing. If y'all don't know, y'all need to look up some stuff. Y'all need to look at I don't encourage anybody watching the news every single day, but y'all need to look up some stuff and pay attention to what's going on around you. And you know what the most important relationship is? Your home relationships. And people love to say, "Oh, River don't like women. Oh, you just love talking to the man." Listen, I love you women. I do love you. I'm a woman. Hello. I'm not confused. I love women. And I love you enough to tell you what your wrongdoings are, because your covering is gone. You did bad all by yourself, all the way to be alone. Inflation is high. Now y'all got to figure out what y'all gonna do. How y'all gonna pay them bills and buy them groceries and put gas in the car? Y'all don't even know how you're gonna do that. Talking about you need a man that makes 6 figures. No, you need a man that's gonna help you pay those bills. Your bills are not 6 figures. You just need somebody that can support you and protect you. You look on the news, all type of crazy foolishness be happening every day. You need a man that's going to sleep in your house and cover you. And if you have children, cover those children as well. That's what you need. Instead of being distracted by the Birkins. Let me read this super chat. True KD, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, River, to be honest, I nearly stopped believing in love a long time ago because the word is always misused to manipulate others. Very true. It is. Because people know, and it goes both ways. A man knows that if he says I love you, that she gonna act a little crazy and then she gonna give it to him, And a woman knows if I say I love you, then you're gonna possibly give me some of these resources. So it is both ways. It's very, very true. Very true. I want to read this comment really quick from Spiderweb too. It says, yeah, that's very disrespectful, allowing a man to put food in the woman you're dating mouth. I saw that. And people was mad at the man. So what did y'all go there for? For this. They went there for this. Okay? They went there for the sprinkle. He didn't go there to have no man freak his girl out at the dinner table. Like, come on. Let's be honest. But I had this conversation, and as you guys can see, it's with a desperation to see different. A lot of women are just living in, like I said, I have a lot of different conversations that we're going to be having. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be live like every day until I get all these conversations out, because I done backtracked and now I have so much stuff to talk about. But a lot of women just literally don't care about the future. Like, they literally don't care about their children's future. They just only care about themselves right now, and that is not realistic. Reality is that you don't know what your life holds or deems or whatever, but in 5 years the world will still be spinning. In 10 years it still will be spinning. Think about the future. Think about your children's lives. What atmosphere are you creating for the next generation? This is a little bit off topic that I'm going to bring up the callers, but a lot of adults that we see now, all I see all the time is adulting is so hard. So a lot of the people who have grown up and created, have stepped into that adult space, can't handle it. They were ill prepared. And so now you just have grown children. So then you have grown children having children. Oh, I don't know how my mom woke up at 5 a.m. I don't know how my mom did. I don't know how. You know why? Because she was grown. Because she realized that she had duties, she had kids, and she had stuff that she had to do. She wasn't laying in her bed scrolling on social media for 4 hours before she started her day. When she have children that are saying, Mommy, I'm hungry. She wasn't doing that. She wasn't putting herself first. She had to remind herself to go do her hair and go do her nails too, because her kids look polished, but she looked a little jacked up. She had to remind herself. Y'all have it the back way. Kids be looking jacked up. Drool on the face, hair a mess, clothes look like ratty, and you got a fresh wig, full set, lashes. Kids be looking crusty, like they don't got no home. I'm being real. Y'all got it twisted. And again, it's because a lot of you guys were ill prepared. We can understand that. There's room for us to understand that. We can understand why or how you got there, but you have to understand your duty to be able to fix that, change that, and elevate for the next generation. All adults have to prepare for the next generation. Percy said, hey, Riva, thank you so much, Percy. All right, so Kashawn.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
How are you guys doing?
Nah, it's an honor actually coming by.
I had to put the shades on. I don't gotta say nothing, man. You said everything.
Thanks.
Good talk.
No, but it's so true. I want to read it. J Lottie said kids looking like they eat cheese doodle 24/7. Let's like, why your kid always got cheese doodle crust on the shirt? Like, is that the only thing that your baby eats? Elsie in the chat. Hello, Elsie. Is that the only thing that your baby eats? Uh-oh, I think I'm getting feedback. Let me see where it's coming from. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Everybody muted, so I don't know where it's coming from. Uh-oh. Maybe he's gonna come back on. Oh, he is. I knew it. Elsie, you want to unmute yourself? Let me see. Sorry, guys.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah, Elsie, I think it's your computer volume.
Let me see. Sorry, guys.
I know we're trying to. Sorry, guys. We're trying to make sure that the audio is good for everybody. But yeah, but no, it's true for real. Cheese doodle always on the shirt. Or Doritos. I think Elsie's gonna come back on. Or the Doritos. But it's true, you know, it's really true. And if you guys have anything that you want to add on this topic, I would love to hear you guys' perspective. I mean, you guys are the ones experiencing it.
Yeah,
right?
I think
what I see.
Right. I want to ask a quick question because it reminded me of a day that I went probably around early January where I actually made like a slip up because I wasn't really that experienced in dating. You know, got like a little bit hot and heavy. Actually just said what's up. She felt a little bit uncomfortable. A while later, cousin basically warned me about it. And later on, went on a second day, basically apologized for the whole thing, didn't really fully assess the whole social situation. Now, mind you, I have like a little bit of a learning disability, so I'm still trying to dig into the whole social realm and still trying to learn the way. And I thoroughly apologized around that matter. And then that's when the questions from her pops up. She's saying, why are you asking me if I'm a virgin or not? Why don't you speak to me as much? Why are you talking about ghosting? Well, I was actually discussing, say, hey, I don't tolerate like any nonsense or any arguments. If it actually gets to that point, I'm going to do everything I can to actually try to avoid this situation, even if it means ghosting on the text. And she got a bit spooked on reactions, thinking, oh, she's going to ghost her for fun. And I saw like the insecurity that's been going on, like really inside her. And shortly within the second day that we were going to, she was basically saying, my career comes first. You had to put more of an effort in order to keep me around. And that's why I just saw like a big red flag. And like moving forward, I just kept on going hooked up with her, but never really like moved forward in this situation, given the mindset saying no lead and follow, always partnership. I kind of knew it was like a trap if I could actually continue down that road. Was it like a right decision for me to actually try to ghost him early at that point? Or is it would have been too early? Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if a woman so early is showing you what she's capable of, why wait?
Good point.
Because usually men get with the oops. You know, they get the oops woman where that representative was like perfect. They were like, oh, this woman was perfect. She, you know, she tricked them and you know, finessed her way all the way into that relationship, and then she changed. But if a woman is coming in already being rowdy from the beginning, and if that is not your ministry to deal with or expose the nature of that person and heal them and grow them and basically, you know, change them. And when I say change, I mean that very loosely. I just mean, you know, sometimes
try to educate them and guide them, not try to change them immediately, but try to give like an add-on. Because I get she got the career and everything, which is fine. But if you're trying to like make prioritize and you put him in a position where I'm not really fully needed, then why are we here? You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Because sometimes like there are people who grow up in different backgrounds. We know that. Like some people have different households, they've seen different things. So sometimes you can expose a person to a way that they didn't even know was possible. They thought what they were doing was normal, and you say, no, that's wrong. And they're like, oh, that's wrong. I'm so sorry. That's a different scenario. But if this person is just straight up disrespectful from the jump, and oh, my career comes first, and okay.
Goodbye. And I didn't even discuss about career or anything like that. I coming by over them. That wasn't even like that at all. Because you know, I want to try and I don't want to try and like go things too fast. I made probably like some mistakes along the way. And like the worst part about it, you know, no disrespect to her, because I know she's like a bit obese on like the heavier side as well, which I also had like a big experience and actually try to learn from situations like that. So like literally moving forward for me is just basically just knowing, learning how to try to read better and try to just dig beyond like the exterior and like the outside surface and try and see what's really up in that mindset at the end of the day. And that's basically what I've learned. I'm trying my best actually to get better more and more as things go on. I'm not saying that they got like reserved to like staying in the house and that, but yes, you should definitely find the equal. But they gotta try and make sure that they're compatible with your leads and they're actually compatible with your tools as well and what you actually give them. You know what I mean? Because partnership is always a leader follow in partnership, no matter where it's going to go. There's always equal impact and actually trying to play the roles like the best way that you can go. Because if you truly do the whole 50-50 in terms of leadership, while there's a time different autonomies there, in order to actually preserve it, it could be like a huge problem with like hormones going up all over the place. You know who's gonna come and go. It's gonna be literally like a recipe for disaster, and that's my worst fear.
I really feel that it's important, and I would love to hear Elsie's perspective as well. But this is my opinion. Okay. This what I'm about to say is just my opinion. But in my opinion, I think it's important for a woman to love a man more. I think it's important for a woman to be more interested. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, women can grow to love a man, but she'll never love a man the same way that woman who really loves that man strongly. Because sometimes a woman can love a man enough that he would like, well, damn, I love you too. I didn't even know I loved you. But you kind of, you know, the way how you're showing me all of these things, I love you because I love what's inside of you. And that's way bigger than beauty and all that kind of stuff. It's just because whatever she's providing him out of her love, he's going to be harder to get that anywhere else, you know, because a lot of women have been told like, oh, you know, make sure that you marry a man that loves you more than you love him.
That's a trap.
Because he won't cheat. He won't this, he won't that. And it's not true, because when a woman is in a situation where a man loves her way too much, women start being like, oh, that's weird. What are you doing? Why you acting
on you?
What's wrong with you? Why you love me so much? Because I'm not that great. You know, that's how women's minds think. But with a man, it's like, wow, she's on point. Like, because a woman loves a man so much, she will be trying to always put her best self forward and trying to please you and trying to, you know, make you happy. And in turn, you know, you would do the same as well because of her love and her
caringness.
Her
she truly cares and values you.
But also like her like the fact that she has like this ultimate duty to be there for you as well. You know what I mean? Right. I want to read this super chat really quick, and then I would love to get Elsie's perspective. Philip J, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, next time a hyena Christian tells you not to judge them, quote their own book. A tree is known by its fruit.
Call me a hyena today, I see.
For a good tree does not bear bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit.
Yeah, I guess you get the word hyena crown today.
That was good.
You know what I mean? I'm proud of that. I'm proud to have a hyena label. I'll say that though. You know.
I understand. I completely understand.
I can't tell you how dangerous it is to go to a church and get a wife. They will use that book to beat you over the head. Don't come
over here with that, Corey. Okay?
I sat on staff in 3 churches. I taught Sunday school, sat on staff in 3 churches. I've seen it all.
You see, me too, Corey. Me too. I said that, and people were trying. Oh gosh, they came for me.
That's okay. I mean, trolls are fun.
Yeah.
To be fair, bro. To be fair, look at I'm a Muslim, so the mosh did the same thing. I got cheated on by a girl at the mosh did, bro. I understand.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they try to control you with that scripture. They try to use that stuff to manipulate. Oh God, don't get me started.
reading the rest of the part that actually is supposed to serve us. I'm like, yo,
right. Elsie, is everything okay?
I'm hearing an echo for some reason. Nobody else.
Is the sound coming from your computer?
Huh?
Is the sound coming from your computer?
Maybe I'll go out and come back.
No, that's fine. Let's take your time.
Okay. I wonder why. Maybe Elsie, if you can hear me, it might be if you have YouTube on, you have to
both.
turn it off and Yeah, and
Only
only
go
coming
through
through the link.
StreamYard.
Absolutely.
Only coming
Yeah.
through StreamYard.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's the
had.
issue.
Because sometimes it might be like 2 tabs open, but if YouTube is playing, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna
wanna
be
what
read
Kevin
this.
chaos.
Samuels always said. No YouTube in the background for that reason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There we
I
go.
want to read this from Alexandra. Hi, Alexandra. Long time no see, girl. It says, loving a woman too much gives her license to lead, and she will not be attractive or attracted anymore. That is true.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you love me. You love me, right? Oh, I'm the prize, right? That's when all that
yeah.
comes in.
I
Self
never thought about
sabotage
Mhm.
right there.
The same
Mhm.
thing that we said. He's your man, not your child. You
Right.
become her child.
So question for the court: what are we supposed to do if we're like, so we're interested in a woman, but we can't show too much interest because now, like what Alexander was saying. So what are we supposed to do? Like, I'm confused now.
Nah,
The thing
just
is-
mainly
You want-
focusing you the best that you can and try to build and try to communicate better socially. Keep yourself distracted. You know, if you're able to actually try to probably develop more game and actually try to learn from certain pickup artists and actually try to create a system, actually try to attract more women in volume and try to study as much as you can with that while try to focus on all your main stuff. You know, that could definitely also work out as well, as long as you keep yourself busy, as long as you don't keep yourself bored and stagnant. That's really the most important thing.
Okay.
Well, you know,
I
for
think
me,
it's. Go ahead,
for
Corey.
me, okay, so I was married for 27 years. The biggest thing a guy needs, I got divorced, or I divorced her.
Ooh.
But anyway, you set up your system before you bring the woman into your life.
Okay.
Your system has to be functioning, operating, and it has to be flawless to fit your life. Everything has to work. Find a woman that will come in and join your system, not come in and destroy it.
Gotcha. Okay. Sound advice. I appreciate it.
Because
The thing
as soon as if a woman enters your life and tries to disrupt your system, wrong woman.
Yeah.
I agree.
Exactly.
And I also
And all of a sudden,
really-
you get sucked into the manosphere saying, "Oh, women ain't ish and all that stuff."
No,
You
no,
drain
bro.
your money in GGA to
I
get
don't
the
believe
trapped in the manosphere.
That
You know,
manosphere is just a bunch of guys that
doing that.
they just keep playing with their Peter and they haven't grown up yet.
Hey, you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
be real.
It's trap. It's trap.
It's off balance. They be
We gotta be
overdosing off
real.
that red pill.
We got to
Come
be
on,
real
man.
because a lot of people take things too far, too extreme. There's
Way
no
too
good.
far.
If you're an extremist, it's not good. If you're an extreme
good.
red pill, and if you're like an extreme, like, you know, my
Child,
man
whatever
can
it
tell me
is.
anything. You know,
Womanist.
we need balance. Balance
We
is
need
Absolutely.
necessary. But
Exactly.
what I would say to you though is that, you know, to be real, there's different women in the world. A lot of the good women out there have gotten some of them have gotten bamboozled into not being so good women because of it's not trendy. But you have some good women who just are shy or maybe don't know what to do or what not to do or whatever. But it's so vital to be who you are.
Yeah.
Right. But it's also extremely vital to prioritize your self-respect more than anything. So there's nothing that is going to come before my self-respect. And you see, when you're a man who's like that, and you know, you realize that you're the man, you're the resources, you know, you're the one who is going to be the protector of the home. You're the one who is going to be providing her with children. She can't have a child without you. So realizing that you are valuable is going to change the way that you kind of maneuver through dating. And it's okay if she's an option. You know what I'm saying? Like through dating, you're the one who gets to pick that and make that decision if she's going to be a wife or she's only going to be a girlfriend, if she's only going to be a sneaker link. That's really up to you. You know what I'm saying? So when you value your self-respect more than anything, it is going to require that woman to get into a certain alignment or not. So once she gets into that certain alignment, you're like, oh, you're that girl. Okay, I could give you a little bit more of myself. I could be a little bit more cool. I could be a little bit more chill with you. But if you are not showing me that, you know, you want to be with me or that you're willing to do whatever it is that I require, then you're not going to be the one for me. This is going to be trouble from day one.
Boom.
So I think that's more of what it is. Elsie is finally in the chat, y'all.
What's up, Elsie?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was having a moment. Don't do that.
No, that's all right. It's not to have you here.
Christian, you were asking something about how how do you know or how much to put in or give?
Yeah.
When you're trying to get
correct.
Get into whatever. The one
Correct.
thing that I tell young men and even women, but especially my brothers, first and foremost, you need to know what it is that you want.
Mhm.
You need to know, because see, sometimes we start that semi list, and then as time goes by, the list keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. You can probably have a list of 50, but you
Okay.
need to narrow it down to the top 10 must-haves, and then definitely the top 3 non-negotiables. We
Mhm.
all have some non-negotiables. You know, we
Agreed.
say, well, I'll just get along and it'll be okay later on. No, it's not. It's not
No,
going to
no,
get better
no,
later.
no,
It
no.
either is now or never, but it
Goodbye.
doesn't get better later on. You know,
Preach it.
those what are the
Preach it.
people I call you are accepting a project, and nobody has time for projects and potentials. You either are or you aren't.
Or you're not.
So yeah, right. But it's not fair if the game and the list starts to change based upon how you feel. I
Ooh,
still
yes.
stand by facts over feelings. The facts is this is what I must have. Not because I feel today that you might be able to do that. Now, if the fact is you need to be able to cook, you need to be able to cook.
Right.
Not she's going to learn later on. She needs to be learned. Now she can say, you know what? I get the thing you like to eat. So guess what I'm going to do? Even without telling you, I'm going to start taking some cooking classes
Mhm.
on the low. And then just kind of
Mhm.
experiment a little bit with you here and there just to show you what I got. But you don't need to say you need to learn to cook, because guess what? She'll learn to cook a few meals, a couple of things you like, till you settle down, and then she stops cooking. It wasn't in her heart.
Oh,
Tell the truth.
I taught my
Tell the
new
truth.
bride. I taught her to cook fried potatoes and chili because she couldn't cook, and I ate that for 6 months.
Now see,
She
that's
didn't
where
know
you
how to
were
cook.
crazy. Now,
Yeah, I was crazy. Just a stupid white boy. I just dumb fat potatoes.
see, yeah, see, all that cooking in the you need to be able to cook in the bedroom and be able to cook. It's called
Right.
double duty. You need to be on your game.
What I got confused with is the bedroom was fun, but the kitchen was non-existent. The housework was non-existent. Just completely helpless.
But Corey, aren't they all in the same? Aren't they in the same place? Like the bedroom and the kitchen, don't they? Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. Because I'm gonna need to eat a little something for my energy before we head there.
Right.
I married a brat. I married an
You married a
absolute
brat?
brat. A brat.
Oh, you like those kind of women then?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. You
No, I
married her.
don't.
Yeah,
I've
he
been
married,
single
married
3
and then
years.
divorced her.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
But how long were you married?
27 years.
Okay, you liked her a lot for 27 years.
I
You can't drop
protected
it.
my kids.
Wow.
I protected
You know
my
what
kids.
it is? But for the kids, I understand that
Okay,
too.
I got you. Now that I can work with.
I understand that too. And that's actually what I was saying to Christian is that there's nothing wrong with being, matter of fact. Listen, a woman will have no problem saying, Christian, you're not tall enough. Bye. Christian, you don't make $100,000 a year. Bye. There's nothing wrong with having your ideas or your I love how you said the non-negotiables, because what happens, if we're being honest, and not to use you as an example, Corey, but to use you as an example,
bring it on. I'm a big boy.
What happened will be is Christian you will then get with this woman and kind of try to make it work, even though she showed signals that it was never going to work from the beginning. Then you have children. Now you're staying because of the children. Now you're bound to this relationship.
And then you're victim of child support if you try to leave. Oh my
now
God.
you're just going on with the cycle that we don't want. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get people to actually be in happy relationships, because they're extremely possible, but a lot of people just overcomplicate it, And one thing that I like that Elsie said is, because that goes vice versa, it goes for men and women. You have your non-negotiables, or the things that you're like, okay, I would like this, but maybe if she didn't know how to cook, it would be kind of okay because I have a chef, or because we order from what's that place that they give you all the ingredients,
Chili's, Red Lobster,
Fresh
Market.
fresh start, right?
Okay.
Oh, we got fresh start, so we can, do this. We can figure this out. Or I have a cleaning lady that comes every 2 weeks. So
There we go.
if she knows how to clean, great. If she doesn't, but for one man, it might be my non-negotiable is you need to provide me peace.
Amen.
That's it.
That's number one.
And be pretty.
Number one.
Some men are like, you need to be fine and peaceful. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. Some other men are like, I need you to be able to cook because I don't want to eat out. I want my woman to be able to cook and do that for my family. That is a requirement. Everybody's are different. I mean, I think it's an adult skill to know how to cook and clean. I think that's just adult skills. But
common sense.
To every man is a little bit different. But I like that you said that making that list where it's not because, well, now you feel today that she's supposed to know how to cook and she been not know how to cook for about, since the beginning. Now you talking about, well, I'm mad because you didn't cook for me today. You know she didn't know how to cook.
There we go. That's just
you okay.
Yeah, this is why you gotta.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta try to set the moving forward. I gotta try to set like expectations like literally very low. Like the next time I even meet women or the next time I reunite with like a woman that I hadn't seen since college in like 10, 12 years, I gotta try to set the bar like so low because you don't know what they'll do. And like if they don't even give you peace like right away or even try to assist you in any way, whether it's like assisting in your ideas or in your finances, like it's non-negotiable, it's goodbye. I don't care anything else about it. And if you're not even trying to get yourself in like the healthiest way possible, and like to prolong your life, why bother?
No.
That's not results.
No. Can I get in here real quick?
I know.
I know everybody's like, wait.
Hold on. Let me get in. I haven't spoke yet.
Go ahead, Kashan.
No, you don't bring your standards down. What you do is when you come to a woman, you want to come to her with confidence and stand on your principles. Something I've learned. Exactly. Something I learned is women respect your confidence. They know when you're not confident in yourself. They know when you're not confident in what you're telling them. So the first thing you want to present yourself to a woman as, you want to present your confidence first. Yeah. And then as you're presenting the confidence, you want to pay attention to the way she's responding to you. That'll tell you the type of woman you're dealing with. Yeah. If she's willing to stop and listen to what you're saying, if she's give you that unbiased attention, that's a good one.
Amen.
If she's kind of short with you, if she's focusing more on her phone or she's got everything else distracting her, she ain't doing
goodbye.
Move on.
I got to jump on the cooking thing.
And that's.
Go
ahead, Adam.
No. I had to jump on the cooking thing. Rivah got me to peg down. She got to be fine. She got to cook and give me peace. That's it. But my family, we take pride in cooking, including the gentlemen. There's recipes I can do that nobody can do. My father can do. My uncles, my grandfather. If a woman tell me she can't cook, I'm like, you gonna have me whoop your ass in the kitchen? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I can make a mean cheesecake and a mean chicken Alfredo and all that. But what are you doing? You know what I mean?
But what if she's like, I can't, but I'm willing to learn? Would you teach her?
I ain't got time to raise a girl.
Background information. I would.
I don't want to raise another girl. I'm done.
This is the hypocrisy of this conversation, because the title says he's your man, not your child. But on the contrary, and I hope Elsie, because she's the only other woman on this panel, I'm not even gonna look at her. I'm just hoping that she's understanding where I'm coming from. She's gonna have my back on this. But what I'm gonna say is, I kind of feel the opposite. I feel like women can be raised by their man. And when I say that, they can definitely be taught. Right. If a woman is young, just woman gets with a man, maybe she's younger than he is or whatever, which majority of the time we've seen that's what works more times than not. And because for some reason, when a woman is the same age as a man, or when she is only 2 years younger than a man, she's like, you don't know nothing. I know this. But when she's with somebody who's a couple years her senior, it's like, oh, well, you can't really pull that card because he's really experienced more than you. So sometimes when it's the right woman, when it's a cooperative woman, when she's actually willing to learn, I think a man can provide certain traits and literally watch her flourish into not only a woman, but into the woman that he has molded for himself.
Got you.
Yeah, but River,
So
I tried
So
that life, and she
about to
did
say,
learn
yeah,
how to cook,
Corey.
but she came the most liberal individual I'd ever met in my life. She
she
turned into
changed.
her mom. She turned into her mother, even though her mother didn't love her enough to teach her how to cook, and her mother was a baker.
Mm.
Huh.
Well, you see,
She
you
really
just got
That's
dropped
the
the
whole
interesting.
ball.
chain.
It did.
You got the whole
You see,
chain of bad stuff, man. Like for me,
it was just broken, defective.
you know, yeah,
Spoiled.
like for me,
Yeah,
like the
because
cooking.
what I mean. Sorry.
But
My
although
bad.
that was your situation though, Corey, it does not mean that it's not possible because there might be some parts of the conversation that are missing for context. You know, like her background, maybe her trauma, like you said, her mom didn't love her enough to teach her how to cook or whatever. So maybe there might be some more context to her personal story that caused her to be the way that she is. But if we're gonna, talk about overall, when a woman is like, you know,
Well,
in
overall,
love
she
with
was
a
just
man,
lazy.
see, that's what I'm saying. But when we want to talk about a woman who's like trying, like genuinely trying or genuinely like, I'm willing, I'm able, I could do it, I could try. I never did it before, but if you know how to cook, I want to make your favorite, that woman that is like so willing and wants to please you because she loves you so much. You can teach that woman how to cook, and I
Yeah,
can guarantee you that same chicken alfredo that you know how to make, she's gonna master it better than you, and now yours is gonna be second
yeah,
because of
yeah.
her love for you. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? That's the thing. Because one of the things, and I definitely want to hear your perspective, Elsie, but one of the things I notice is that sometimes things can go a little bit misconstrued um with these kind of conversations. And they think that somebody is going to come without flaw, and that's not true. Like there's
No,
always going to be some kind of molding that you have to do for that relationship and for that woman to conform to the woman for yourself, for your liking. So sometimes it is teaching her how to cook. Sometimes she can clean, but it's not your clean, you know?
uh,
And
yeah.
sometimes it's like, okay, you can clean, but like, I need you to
Well,
pull a bleach,
River,
a
to
little
give you
Ajax,
to give you a little insight, I was pulling double. I was working 16-hour days coming home just to
Mm-mm.
watch her go out and flirt with the neighbor guy.
Bruh,
Oh, see, she was just trying.
27 years, Corey. I would have cut it at 2, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I had
Oh
kids to
man.
those are my kids, and I seen the way her
Oh yeah.
sisters lived. She would have destroyed my kids.
Where,
Oh
where,
dear.
how long after you guys got married did you have kids?
Oh, it was well. The first baby, they say, after you get married only takes 9.5 months. So
Wow.
I had let's see, I
Yeah,
was
fuck right in the
27,
honeymoon
and I had
phase.
three kids by the time I was 27.
Jeez.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
So my
And when
age,
you
huh?
and would you
But
get
then
married?
again, I was 22.
Mm-mm. 3 kids in 5 years. So not only, so you guys didn't get to even work through. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Where my pen? I gotta write that down. That's a different conversation. But you didn't even get to know each other yet, and
Well,
then you
we
have to
we dated
adjust to a
for
life
we
with
dated for two
children.
years. We dated for 2 years.
Yeah, but that's not enough
But see,
time.
my dad had 3 kids by the time he was 21, so I had a
Yeah,
different
but
mindset.
your mom was probably cooperative, right?
Well, usually,
Was she or no?
yeah, my mom was.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So,
then again, different generation though.
right. So she's like willing, like, okay, let me get on his page. Let me, like, that's the only thing that she ever knew or saw around her with, society at that time and her family structures, and everybody was probably married. You know what I'm saying? So she was willing to be a part of that duty. And again, in that time, there was no such thing as women being lazy.
No,
They
there
got
wasn't.
up, they pressed the clothes, they cooked the food, they mopped the floor, they helped with homework, and with a smile. Now if
Yeah.
you ask a woman, can you go, pour me some juice?
You see, yeah, your legs broke.
Bring it over there.
Exactly. What's
Oh
wrong
my
with your
gosh, you
mom?
always asking for something.
Well, River, that was the problem with being a young man full of testosterone because she looked amazing in the bikini, and I thought the rest of it, she needed to know was a given. I was
Right.
wrong. Oh, I was wrong.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Um,
It's all right.
one of her sisters has been married and divorced 8 times.
Oh,
So when I say
Yes, so
I was protecting my children because they're mine.
I really respect you though for enduring for your children though, because you realize that they would have been in the
Mm.
lion's den basically.
Well, I
They were
didn't
left
want to
with
go.
her.
It was better that I served my sentence than go to jail for something bad happening to one of my kids.
I understand. I really understand. I do understand.
Doing that.
It's unfortunate, but I understand. I know Elsie, you were
Oh,
you
oh
wanted
my
to get in on
goodness.
this as well.
I think when it comes to like Riva said, that whole like you made the comment about cooking. And so I tell men and even women, but especially men, like if you meet someone and as Riva says, she's willing to learn to cook, just think about how romantic and entertaining that can be to teach someone how to cook in the kitchen. It's a lot of different things you can kind of move in that way. We have to look at things in a different light.
Yeah.
And then that whole concept about now if she's a girly girl and she shows her femininity, but that's just not something that she was taught. We some of us are not taught certain things, and we can be just as girly as all get out. But every woman wants to be with a man who can teach her something. That depends on what it is, where it is, how it is, whatever. But we all want to learn something new from our man. If he doesn't know anything other than what we already know, we're actually kind of bored with that. It's I mean, honestly, I'm just being honest. There are some things that you should know that you can share with her, enlighten her. If she's not a sports person, I'm big on people saying, you know what? I never really, most feminine women, unlike myself, I know a lot. I'm a sports head, don't really know sports. So when you get with the woman, you like, because men always say, you like basketball? Yeah, kinda. That's I don't know crap about the game. That's code for that.
You're like, yeah, with the touchdown.
Yeah. Is that what they do like this? Yeah. Okay. So no. So most women that are real girly, prissy, don't, unless they had a father like mine who you watch the games with, you don't really know certain stuff. So you're like, you know what? Let me show you. Let me talk. Let me kind of walk you through a little bit or whatever. Real feminine women want to be connected to what you do. We want to learn what you learn. We want to know what you know. We want you. That's our way of showing you how much we care about you, that we love you. So if a woman's like, oh, I don't know about that, boy, go somewhere with all that foolishness. I ain't trying to do none of that.
Why you always talking?
Why you always talking about something? Turn that out. Yeah. And that's not her. As Riva was saying, somebody said something about they want one of their non-negotiables to be, I want her to be my piece. Every man should require a woman to be his piece. That's the top of the list. There is no negotiating with that.
Should, man. Should, but some of them love the toxic, but that's a whole different conversation. That's a different conversation.
We already in toxicity because you're talking about he's your man and not your child. That's already toxic. So I'm one of those people that once she shows you who she is in the beginning, believe it. We don't stop trying to get these projects. And I don't mean project mentality or project people. I'm saying
sometimes it is that. Sometimes it is that.
River, I was trying to be. So we gonna keep. I'm gonna try to keep it somewhat. I'm gonna go to the left in a minute, but I'm trying to stay on the right path for a second, just for a little bit. So, but we have to stop getting in these connections with these projects and saying, "Oh, she's got potential." No, I don't want potential. Because potential means it can go to the left. She could potentially go to the left. She could potentially go to the right. I need somebody that's in the middle going straight way. That's what we need. Okay.
Correct.
That's what we need, right?
Like the potential should never be, she could maybe get respectful. She could maybe become nice, like
it's possible.
she might be a little nice one day.
She can maybe act like a lady when we go out.
She could maybe act less crazy, like
she been tapping you and cussing you out every time y'all step out the door. Maybe this
Okay,
time
Right.
she'll get it
that
right.
why.
Right. Like the
Bro.
potential should be like maybe she can learn how to cook everything from scratch.
Mhm.
She know how to cook. Or maybe she can perfect her cleaning skills.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe
Mhm.
she can uh
Learn the sport. Learn
learn more
sports from me.
learn more information about
Yeah.
whatever it is that I'm interested in. That's
Yeah.
different, but not like maybe she'll be more ladylike. It's like
Mm-mm.
no,
There it is.
that's gonna be a
Yeah.
You
project.
ain't seen it yet.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna see it.
Right. It's so true. Mr. Kevin C, welcome. Welcome.
Hey, how's
Going on?
everybody doing? Hello to the panel, to the chat.
Welcome.
Hey, I was listening in the background, and then you said something that was very interesting, and I had to go somewhere, and I came back, but I wanted to get on real quick. I'm gonna do it in 5 minutes or less because my wife is telling me I got to come down for dinner, right?
We've never seen his wife, but we love her because she always cooking.
Yeah, but she's gonna call me in a hot second. But you said something about knowing your man, and really, that's a big deal. I don't know if people really understand how important that is, and it's funny because I see it with my wife. She knows almost everything about me or something that I'm gonna do or what I'm gonna think or how I'm gonna feel about something almost before I do, and really she's just confirming it. It's like, yeah, well, I already knew. And it's funny because she'll, there have been times I've gone to restaurants. Once you get something that you like, you stick with it, right? She knows already what I like. She already knows what it is I'm going to order because I'm pretty consistent. A lot of guys are. Once you like something, you kind of stay with it. So just little things like that, and it's like the details, right down to how food is cooked, how I like it, how much it needs to be on the plate, like little details like that. It's crazy. And the thing about it is, so if you live in the city girl life, the 304 life, and you bounce it from dude to dude, you can't do that. And you're not going to be interested in doing that. So what happens is you get conditioned to like, well, I don't really got to know anything about this dude. See what I'm saying? And then when you really get to a dude that you actually want, now you're so conditioned as to how not to be in a relationship or how not to actually learn somebody that you really don't think is important. Whereas that's what that guy is really expecting because he's doing it. Because remember, a guy is investing in you. He's invested in the future, homes, cars, bank accounts, insurance, and all this other stuff. So he's learning all that stuff. And then he's learning you. And then on top of that, he's expecting all of that back. So if you're not even interested because of all the stuff you've been doing before, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of glorified right now. So women got to get off that. I know there are guys that do it. But hey, now y'all can say it's a double standard, but it is different when guys do it. But I'll say this is that it's harder to come out of that if you haven't done the right things in that respect. So when you hear somebody talking about Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean, dudes are looking at you kind of crazy. I ain't gonna make your plate and all this other stuff and everything else, but you want him to pay all the bills. You want him to do all. You want him to be a great husband, great father, and all this other stuff and everything else, and invest in you. I mean, come on, make that dude a plate. Make him a plate. Stuff like that. And then the other thing too is, I know there's young guys on the panel, and there's young guys out here listening. So I hear a lot of, man, I just don't know about marriage, and there's a lot of this, that, and third going on out here, and I'm kind of scared about it. Look. So here's what I try to tell these young guys, and women, you guys can listen up to this too, because this actually applies to you guys as well. But it's more what I tell the men. I look for 5 things, and this is what I found out over the course of my trial and error. Obviously aesthetics. That's the first thing that gets women in the door. The looks, right? And then how intelligent is this woman? And I'm not talking about PhD level. I'm talking about, is she intelligent in everything that she does in life? How she goes about her business, how she handles things. And if she has a degree, that's fine. And if she doesn't, then she can get one later. That's cool too. But we're talking about like basic common sense, logic, and intelligence. And then responsibility. Is she responsible in every way, in every aspect of her life? All right. And then this is the biggest thing that I've learned. Compatibility. All right. You got to be compatible with the woman that you're with. All right. My wife right now is the most compatible woman I've ever been with in my life. I'm not going to mess with this. I'm not touching it. I am not going to try to replace. As far as I'm concerned, she's irreplaceable. And then does that woman have a great personality? Does she treat you and everybody else she comes in contact with, with respect and dignity? That's literally it. And I say those 5 things because I made a little acronym for it, AIRCP or AIRCP. That's kind of how I remember it. And that's how I relate it to these young men. So that way they can remember it easily. And, you got 5 fingers on your hand. So, 5, and that's kind of like your span of control. So it makes it easier. And the other thing too is if you're 18, you're expected to already know how to be a husband and a wife by the time you're 18. But if you didn't get those lessons when, whether you missed out on your father or your mother, somebody didn't teach you, or if you had extended family, you didn't get that, then you got to go out of your way to learn those things. So if you need to learn how to cook, then fine, go ahead and do that. Take the lessons, get with somebody, our elder who's on the panel, she said, hey, just get out here and learn and put that effort in. And then, guys, I know you're going to be scared of marriage, but here's the deal. In the modern era, one of the things that I see that we're doing wrong, I'm not saying we're doing wrong, but I wish we could do better, is just get married earlier. All right. And people go, oh, if you get married too early, it's going to fail. This, okay, look. All right. Here's the deal. Get a prenup, guys. Get a prenup. At this point, we're in the modern. We're done with that traditional dating stuff. And the reason I say we're done with the traditional dating is that we got too many people out here doing all of these things. And I understand guys are concerned about their future and their assets and whether or not they might lose stuff and this, that, and the third. So just get a nice little prenuptial agreement. Make sure it's signed 6 to 9 months before the wedding. All right. And if you talked about it, don't be like that dude on that 90-day fiance show and try to spring it on her 30 days out. Make sure 6 to 9 months. Actually, even before the engagement, all this other stuff, it should be a topic of conversation, and then just make it fair. All right, that's really the issue. Just make it fair. All right, you can't leave nobody out in the street. And remember, you're going to produce children in this relationship. That's one of the major points of getting married. People forget that outside of making kids and producing those kids in a stable and raising them in a stable 2-parent home, there's really no other reason. Everything you can do in a marriage, you can do that without kids, and you can do that without a marriage certificate. So really, that marriage thing kind of brings that whole family dynamic together. So just make sure that it's fair on both sides. You both agree to it. Everybody gets separate attorneys, and that'll be the end of it. And then again, Miss LC said, teach that lady something that she doesn't really know. I've taught my wife a lot. And she appreciates that. I've taken her to places she's never been, things she's never seen. And then and we talk about stuff we're going to do in the future. And then the other thing too, I just surprise her with stuff, and I know she hasn't done it before. So I'm like, I kind of build her up. I'm like, hey, I got something coming up at the end of the year. I ain't telling you what it is, but it's coming, stuff like that. So that's kind of how I try to do business. And that's kind of how I try to teach these young guys. I don't mess with the women too much because I feel like the women should teach the women and the men should teach the men. And I know we got young men out here listening. So, and I know we had an elder gentleman on the panel. I don't know what you guys said, but I'm kind of caught in that point where I got young men in my family. So that's how I try to advise them, because I don't want them to get burned out here, because there's a lot of myths out here and it's a lot of things that can go wrong. So I try to help them out with that. And shout out to, hey, I know you get this, but you giving Chadwick Boseman out here, right? I know you get this on the regular. Any favorite Chadwick? All right, I forever do, right?
Yeah, he's got it.
But at any rate, hey, she's already called him to come down, so I just want to go ahead and say my piece, and then I'll get on out and I'll listen in the background. If I have time, I'll come back up. But if not, then I'll just go ahead. But thanks for letting me up. Appreciate you guys. Good points. You're doing good things, and you guys take care. Okay.
Blessings, Kevin. Enjoy your dinner.
Hey, thanks. Likewise, you guys.
Buddy.
Bruh, I'm so happy to hear LC and Kevin C, like the older generation, speak to us, because it goes back to the point Rivah said in the beginning of this live stream. We got children teaching children, and it's not, we're getting lost. That destroys us. We need LC and Kevin's wisdom, because it's like my grandparents, man. I'm starting to get emotional, but I wrote it down.
But we need the right wisdom.
We do need
That's the next problem. That's the next problem. And not to be the Debbie Downer, but I'm just saying that's the next problem, because you have some people that, I've been married for 30 years. And it's like, but you run your husband.
It's not the right marriage.
But you run him, but you're rude, but you're mad disrespectful, but you always tell him what to do.
But
you get mad at him because he put his toothbrush somewhere else. Like, stop. We don't want to listen to you.
But
We don't want any more of that. Sorry, go ahead.
To be fair, Rivah, what you're saying, we can kind of, the same gauge we use to tell young people are crazy, we can tell when old people are crazy. We know what the right advice is. You use a common sense. LC know what she's talking about. Kevin know what he's talking about.
That's true now, but a lot of people, remember, the right advice used to be before Kevin. I would just say in YouTube land. I'm just going to use YouTube as an example, not my personal life or anybody else. Yeah. But the right advice used to be happy wife, happy life. Right? And everybody thought that was the right advice. But when you really dig back those layers, you're like, okay, but that don't make no sense.
But that came from a feminist. That was a feminist comment. Happy wife, happy life. You know, it's one of those. You know, I always say the happy spouse, happy house. So it is what it is, and that includes everybody. That includes everybody, both parties. But I look at, I put something in our private chat that I want to share with people. It's we look at men have 4 P's in life for the most part. To protect, procreate, to provide, and to be the priests of the home. So at the end of the day, we need to, you know, this is that whole week of running all the way back to the beginning of understanding what submission looks like. And why we have women around here trying to make men into their children. You don't understand the P's. You don't understand the P's.
And you're messing up the whole function of the family now.
Yes. That's how men are created to be. Being the priest means he's the leader. He's the spiritual leader. He's the leader. He's the king of the home. Okay. That provision comes when he takes care of everything and everybody. He's there to protect you. And then he's there with you to procreate. That's what he was designed for. And when you come out of those 4 P's to try to make him be anything other than that, you are out of order. Period. You are out of order.
Where is my pen?
Sounds like the 4 P's Crimson Kirby talking about.
Yes.
Sound like the 4 P's Crimson Kirby talking about.
Yeah. He's not there to be all this extra stuff that you keep talking about that you need. I need him to be my best friend. I need him to be my healer. I need him to get me through this. No, that's what you have girlfriends for, to have a best friend. That's what you have all these other people to be your confidant. He don't want to hear all that extra yakety yak about all the stuff.
And that thing about being emotionally available, go talk to your girlfriend. Go talk to your mom.
There we go.
Don't talk to me.
But the emotional availability is, you know, people keep saying, well, your mom, why can't they just be, like you said, emotionally available to me? He is emotionally available to you when he protects you, when he provides for you, when he covers you in prayer, when he's doing all those P's for you. That's a part of him emotionally being available. Because if he doesn't like you and he doesn't love you, he's not doing any of the P's. Especially when he says to you, I don't want any children with you. That's the first time. That's the first way you know that he not gonna do the rest of the P's. I want no kids with you. Period. With you. Okay.
I say I don't want them, but not with you.
But not with you. So then you're trying to figure out, well, why is it that you don't treat me a certain way and blah 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 blah. That's because the P's don't need to come out for you, boo. They just don't.
Not for you.
And this is when we said, and this is why we have such balanced conversations here, because. And at the same token, that's a different conversation. But we get a lot of women that have that same, that wounded burn syndrome. He don't really like me, but he a man. So he's in a down situation, and I can take advantage of him being in a down situation, because now he's actually going to want me, because when he gets back up, I was the only person that was there, but he didn't want you.
But it's the thing between wanting and needing.
Thank you.
I can need to get my hair trimmed back, but I may not want to spend $120 to get it done.
Right.
So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna get it cut back.
Right.
So needing and wanting, two different things. Two different things. Yeah. So and this is the thing. If a man needs you for all of that coming up out of the floor and all this other kind of stuff, and you all didn't really have a great relationship in the very beginning, women get into that whole project mentality. He's now a project, and let's just see if I build him a little bit, and he sees that I got his back, and he know I'm ride or die. I've been with you, blah blah blah.
Why we always gotta ride? Why we always gotta go somewhere?
Can we just sit down? We just sit down somewhere.
So in that case, the woman really wants to try to lead the whole thing, and then she try to dictate the situation, like, quote unquote, actually trying to fix him and build him.
That's how you become her child, because now she's telling you she's like, well, why you want to get that job? You need to apply for so and so. Well, I wouldn't work there if I were you. No. You're not.
I'm
And
the
you're
one
not
that got you the job, so I
the
don't
one
know
that
why
got
you acting like that. Because it's me who working, and now you putting the job over me, and I'm the one who. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't
I'm gonna
have.
hit you with that SpongeBob. Get out of here. I'm gonna head out. Hit it with that SpongeBob real
Ghost.
quick.
Goodbye.
I tell some men
I'll listen to
rather
you, but no, you ain't gonna see me the next day. You're
yeah,
not gonna hear
I
back
tell
from me the
some
next
men
day.
rather than need a woman, you do better going to the YMCA. Real talk. I'm just being honest.
Real talk.
At least you don't have to listen to no foolery when you come in. You hear somebody say, "What's up, man? What's up? You good? I'm good. All right, holler back." That's it.
That's
Well,
it.
see, you are a national treasure. I tell
This
you what.
comment from Moses Andrew said, "Know her mind first before you marry, or you will pay for it. You can't be with her for years, and you're not her priority." And this is the thing. Like this is the main point. Is that a lot of people, and I said this earlier, Moses, you might just came in, but a lot of people get into relationships and they don't really know their spouse. Like from the woman's perspective, they know that he got quote unquote good hair. They know quote unquote he got light eyes. You know, they know quote unquote he tall, what their baby might look like. They know the idea of being in a relationship with this man, but do they really know this man for real? No, they don't know what team he like. They don't know what he watch on TV. They don't know where he go after work. They don't know what makes him feel calm. They don't know what stresses him out. They don't know their man at all because they don't care to. And the same thing with a woman. You have to listen to even the in-between things that are being said, not just the things directly, but what are the things that she's not saying indirectly? Like, what does she really mean by that? Why was she talking about her mom like that? Why was she saying those things? Why do I know all of her friends' business? Because as we said in the last conversation, if you know all her friends' business and y'all haven't even been together that long, she gonna go tell all your business.
Exactly.
So we knew
Because she's deeply insecure.
Right. And we do need to get to the point of actually knowing each other. And what is so strange to me, and I wanted to say this when Kevin C was on here as well, is that a woman won't cook for you, a woman won't clean for you, a woman won't go get you a cup of juice. She don't know you like that, but she'll sleep with you. It's like
like it's nothing.
Hey.
So it's like your body is not where you draw the line. But like respect and cooking is where you draw the line.
But this is the thing. You have to Lord, I tried to say
Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me. Right? I need this enlightenment right now. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Rivah, bring it back. Don't try to exit. This is the problem. When women don't understand, Lord, okay. When women don't understand that your body is the true essence of what love is when you give it to a man. Okay. So you're so freely giving of your body because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. You don't know that it is the most sacred vessel that you could possibly carry around. And you know what you don't really know? No, I can't. You rolled me. You put it out there, so I gotta go. So what you really don't know is that your body is not yours. Your body is not yours to do what you want with it.
Thank you.
The Creator gave it to you for a purpose, and that was to procreate. Not with Tom, Dick, Harry, Keyshawn, Kristen, and Adam. He said, get you and Adam and do what I've assigned you to do. So when women are going from man to man and person to person and this and that, and they always talking about, I can't seem to shake him off of me. I can't see. You know why? Because every man that you sleep with, the word says, becomes your husband. That's why we have soul ties.
Yeah.
So,
and I just want to add on top of that too, because that's a whole different conversation. We're gonna have to. You see what I'm saying? I have a lot to talk about. So those who have missed me live streaming, we're gonna be doing this every day until I get this all out. Okay.
You wonder why women start playing over Roe v. Wade and people lose their minds over the abortion rights? You wonder why?
Okay.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. You're going to LC out tonight.
Understood.
But that same woman will be talking about will be, oh yeah, you know, I got the Uchi Wally, and you know my thing is, no, it ain't.
It's not.
Nah.
Everybody done been there. Everybody been there.
Nah.
A road frequently traveled. And so and I want to go back to something that Kevin said. When Kevin said Cardi B, you know, telling these people she don't cook, that's a lie. That's a lie, because Cardi was caught on the video cleaning the house, straightening up, and doing all the things in her bathrobe, and all the things that other women who are married do. So while they're out there pumping your heads full of foolery, you know, the queen bee, as y'all call it, you know, all the single ladies, all that. Okay, she can't put her hand up. She can't put her hand up while y'all out there bouncing all over the floor, looking stupid. Now I'm trying to be nice. Looking stupid.
Let's be real. Exactly.
It is what it is. It is what it is. You gotta recognize the foolery. The foolery is just out looking stupid.
LC, I think you need your own show at this point.
And I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of the foolery out here in these streets.
I want to know your schedule, LC. I want to show up every time you come on a channel.
All River have to do is hit me. Oh, but as they talk about all the 304s running around him, I'm not, you know, and girl, I got that good, and we doing it. Okay, but you doing a lot though. But for who? What for who? Just for the streets. That's all. Come on now.
For the streets.
Come on. For the streets.
Exactly. But it's so funny because I always say that, because I'm like, how come nobody has seen this video? I feel like I thought I was the only person that saw that video that Offset posted of Cardi cooking and cleaning. I'm like, how come nobody talks about that? Like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but like her husband posted the video.
And he says in the video, Cardi, you know you lying to the people. She said, and kept on cleaning. And kept on cleaning. While y'all over there talking about, I can't seem to find me a good man. Where they at? Ain't no good men out here in the world.
We looking at you like you're crazy.
What?
It's right in front of you, and you can't even tell. Been here all the time, and you don't know the signs.
You don't even know what a good man look like.
You don't
know what he look like. You don't know what he walk like. You don't know nothing about him.
But I'm gonna say it again. Like I said before, they know what a good man look like when they get 45, 50-ish.
Oh, when they all used up and down.
That's when Clarence started to look. That's when Clarence looked real good compared to Keyshawn and the Hustler. Clarence look real good now. Oh, hey, Clarence, hey boo. He like, girl, bye.
You like
when
me
they
in
get
high
that
school?
age, and they get that age, and they want you to
like
pay full price like you're 20.
It's too late now.
They say what?
Yeah, looking but you done all dusty and running around here talking about some, you know,
gravity
you
been
know, I'm a
beating you
good
up
woman.
for
I got
half
my
a
sister
century. I mean, come on.
Okay.
If I haven't had no sons, I'm gonna watch out.
If you what?
I'm saying if I ever have any sons, I'm gonna tell them to watch out. Got a lot of cougars running around the next couple of years. Trust me.
I ain't no cougars.
That's
those hyenas. Ain't no cougars.
You have a lot of them trying to double back, talking about, oh, you can't be a certain age to be with me, and it's like, girl, that don't make no sense. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Once again, that's a different conversation. Hustler, I saw you pop your face, and I know you wanted to jump in on this conversation. I don't know if you can hear me. I think. Oh, good. Yes.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I was just listening in earlier. I had to get off of work.
Okay.
Now, here's the way I look at it. I believe that the reason why women treat men, you know, like children is because they want to be the dominant force in the household. You know, they came from single parent households. They're so used to their mom, their aunties, their grandmas being head of the household, taking control of everything. So they either didn't have a father in the household, or maybe they had a father, but he was basically bowing down to the mom, bowing down to the wife. Same thing with the uncle, doing everything. You know, basically the women in their family were the powerhouses of the family. So that's what they've gotten used to. So now they look at the men of the world as if Well, it's your job as a man to bow down to me. It's your job as a man to give me whatever the hell I want. It's your job as a man to let me do what I want with no accountability. I call BS on that because you're not gonna play that with me and a few other chosen men that I know. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen with me. I don't play that.
And that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And as far as this cooking and cleaning thing, I don't know about y'all, but I don't have the time or the patience to teach a grown ass woman something she should have learned when she was practically in preschool. If you were 20 something, if you were 20, 30 something year old and you don't know how to cook and clean by now, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not going to teach you anything. I don't have the time. I can cook for my damn self. Thank you very much. But I'm not going to teach no grown woman something she should have learned when she was in middle school, maybe even high school or something. And, you know, we live in a society that tells men that you can't tell a woman what to do. You can't tell her what that's being a control freak. That's controlling. Don't tell a woman what to do. Okay, so how is she gonna learn something new if I can't tell her what to do? Now some of y'all say y'all would teach a woman to clean. Yeah, teach her to clean, teach her to clean, teach her to cook. Okay, I'm all for that, but good luck trying to get her to do anything she's not, entitled to do. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, because I don't have time for it.
Forget a relationship.
Hustler, we did say if she says that she would like to learn. We didn't say
we're not crazy out here.
We not. Come on now.
I want to say too. I think 30. I think 30 is a stretch. I think 30 is a stretch. But I was kind of more saying like to the younger women, because some younger women, their mom couldn't cook. Okay, it's not that she didn't cook; she just couldn't cook. It wasn't good. She just take everything out the can and she think that's cooking. You know what I'm saying? So I was more saying to like the younger woman, but I do agree that like I think 30 is a little bit strict because like how have you survived? Like from McDonald's? Like how have you been feeding yourself? Like how have you been consuming food? Like what were you eating? I agree with that.
I got concerns about your cleanliness. I'm like, hold up, your house a mess, your car a mess, your toilet a mess. I'm like, I gotta walk to the country with a hazmat suit. You biohazard walking around, bro. You don't clean them up. That's crazy to me.
Right. Like
you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. I went to this one chick house a few years ago. Jesus Christ, her house was a mess. So no wonder she don't cook, she don't clean. Her kitchen had dirty dishes in it. Bed was unmade. So it's no wonder she can't get people, man. I'm like, bro. So you're not gonna cook and clean for me or fix your place up for me. But hell, when it comes to getting this pipe at night, now we all good. Been there, done that. Ain't nothing new.
I was
about to say, Hustler, how you know the bed wasn't made? What you doing? Because when you went in there and the dishes were dirty, you should have turned your happy tail back around and went out that door. You took a chance.
Well, I was young and didn't know no better. I was young and didn't know no better.
Wait a minute, but you just said a couple of years ago you ain't that young. What are you talking about? You're very well.
Can't get it past LT, though. Don't even try.
You know what?
No, I was in my 20s at the time.
Oh, but you better clarify because you said a couple of years ago. I'm just saying.
He was on a mission.
I love LT, man.
He didn't go there for the dishes. He didn't go there for the cleanliness. He was on.
But you know, if the dishes wasn't clean, you know the bed wasn't clean either.
If the house is a mess and the dishes are a mess, that bed probably had to have something crawling around in it.
But the thing is that
it's a little late. It's a little late for that. It's a little late.
I hope you took a shower after that, bro.
That made me start scratching.
Not in my bathroom.
That made me start scratching. No, but the thing is that to be honest, I mean, but that's signs that are so. I mean, I don't know how I'm not gonna lie, okay? I think some men deal with certain things from women because we are the ones who control access to intimacy. And so some men don't have access to intimacy. So they are some men are willing to put up with just because they can't get that. Right. But I can't fathom because as women, we know if we had a homegirl, I'm just going to use that for an example as women. If we had a homegirl and we went over her house and we saw what the bathroom looked like and the kitchen looked like, she all of a sudden wouldn't be our homegirl. Like miraculously, because we're like, okay, you're just not like I am. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're
Let's call
younger,
a spade a spade. You nasty. Stop.
You nasty. Yeah.
and when you're younger, it might be a little different, right? Like when you're younger, it can be different. Like sometimes you're fresh out of school, whatever. Maybe you got your first apartment. You didn't have the greatest childhood, whatever. Maybe as a friend, because I used to be that friend. I used to be that friend to come over your house and I'll clean. Okay, I'd be like, "Come on, girl, what's this laundry? Okay, girl, we got to get this up together because I can't. Where am I gonna sit down? Let's vacuum. Let's mop. What am I? Got the mop? I can't because I can't see it around me. It gotta be clean.
Yeah.
But that's different. But if you like I said, if you a little older, it's like. But as women, we know that like the cleanliness around you is more times than not an example of how you keep you clean. So if
That's
your
right, it's related.
bathroom
That's us
nasty
too.
and your kitchen nasty, I'm gonna assume that you don't bathe properly. This is no disrespect. This is just honesty.
It is. That's it.
It's just being honest, you know. And to be honest, a lot of mothers need a slap. I don't know how else to say it. They needed this because they didn't teach their daughters. Like I love how Corey put it. He said she didn't love her daughter enough to teach her how to cook. Like a lot of mothers don't teach their young girls how to be women, and it can go farther and back. Maybe she didn't know, maybe her mama didn't know, whatever it is. But that for men, I think that should be a signal. Like this comment, Jeremy Fox said he's still gonna hit though. You know what I'm saying? Like men are just different. Like
listen, bro. Look.
Men are just different.
Jeremy, you're not making us look good out here, bro. Look, I'm a virgin, man. I ain't never touched no woman like that. I would never. The bell is crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
Jeremy, you take that lion off your page. Take that down because you smashing the royalty here with the whole. I'm still gonna hit though. It's still gonna get out. How nasty is gonna get out? I'm still gonna hit that though.
Jeremy said I'm keeping it real. Jeremy said I'm keeping it real, but it's exposing, you know, the nature. It's exposing some of the, well, I'll hit it, but I'm not coming back over here again. You know, like it's just being real. Like it's being real. Like it says a lot about yourself, and that's again a lot of these conversations lead into way deeper conversations that are extremely necessary to be had, and it might hurt people's feelings, but if we talk about you, just don't expose yourself in the comments. Okay, just know we're talking about you and deal with it. You know, we're not gonna point no fingers if we don't know it's you.
I can't even find a clean space to hit this thing in. What y'all talking about?
Well,
it's true.
Let me let you in on the mindset of some kinds of men. So something I was thinking about when Corey explained his situation and how he ended up doing it for 27 years. The protection, I get that, I respect that. But something us as men have to do is when we're dealing with women, we have to look beyond the looks. We got to look at the mind, we got to look at the personality, and we got to look at the heart. We can't just focus on the looks because the looks, they're not always going to be there. Sometimes they hide stuff that you need to know.
Yes. Preach it.
And I agree with you so much, Kashan. I always agree with Kashan, though. You know, I be seeing you on every video. I be like, yes, my brother. Okay. You be knowing. Yeah. And it's so true. And you know what's also so interesting as well? So many women, I like to think that they're like, how can I say this without going into an entirely different conversation? Because we had so much to talk about. Okay. I've been gone for a little bit. But a lot of women think they are fixers. A lot of women think they are prized possessions. So even if they house nasty and you see the stuff crawling, they think that like, oh, and so what? Like, and so I could do that. And because so what? What's the problem? Like they still are under the delusional mindset that they are the prize. The reason why they are doing this is because they are getting serviced. If you guys can read between the lines, because even though people are not having a relationship with them, people are sleeping with them, and somehow that is validating what they think about themselves, not realizing that this man is only sleeping with you because you was the only person that was available at 3:00 this morning and he had a need. and you met the need, but he doesn't really want to be with you. And so a lot of women continuously have this mindset, and then it keeps them stuck in this delusion again with the homegirls. Come on, oh, well, he needs to who he think he is. You don't gotta clean for him. You don't got, but can you clean for yourself?
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. And can you cook for yourself? But I'm gonna be really honest with you too. We're in a space that a lot of people are like depressed, right? Because I'm not gonna act dumb. I'm not gonna act like I don't know why there's causes of certain things. A lot of people go through a lot of like mental health issues, whether it's depression, anxiety. They don't know how to handle stress properly. It can be so many different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is that a lot of women, because I see it on TikTok all the time. If you're on TikTok long enough, you will scroll into somebody saying, "Oh, I'm finally over my depression. Watch me clean my house today." And the house looks like, whoa, like, how did you live? Is this hoarders? Like, you see it. But a lot of women don't realize, and this is very intricate, what a lot of women don't realize is that once you start neglecting your nature as a woman, that is when you are going to create stress upon your own self. That's when you're going to create depression, because men are built a little bit different. Men are different. But as a woman, when you wake up and you see that mess in the bathroom and you clean it, that's attached to more than just the bathroom. Mentally.
Yes.
If you see those dishes and you say, "I'm not going to leave these dishes in the sink. I'm going to clean the sink and wipe off the counter. I'm going to make sure I just vacuum before I go to bed." When you take care of all those little things, you're also going to be able to take care of other things, because your mind is clear. Your mind is free. You can focus on other things around you. But a lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize that you say you're depressed and you can't clean, but you have to clean. That's how you're going to get out of the depression. You say you're stressed out and you're overwhelmed, but you're not going to be overwhelmed and stressed if you clean first. That's the whole point. And so I understand these things. And like I said, a lot of people have mental health issues, but if we want to be real, besides the mental health issues, as we've said over and over again, a lot of y'all just lazy. This is the laziest generation I have ever seen of adults.
If I walked into an apartment and that woman opened up a door and that apartment or house smelled like that, because I know it had to have a smell, it'd be like she's asking me to crawl in a dumpster and she's a homeless woman to go do something. No.
Unsanitary.
No.
Unsanitary. It's gross.
All these images y'all paint, I'm about to go clean my truck just off the images y'all paint.
The lights out.
I feel some kind of way.
Roaches running around trying to hit it from the side. No, bro.
This is the laziest generation that I've seen, and that's why we see. And what's so weird to me is that all these adults, these new adults, brand new adults that are so lazy, they're getting it normalized by society. I don't get it.
That's a whole nother line.
A woman will be like, "I don't cook, I don't clean," and a whole bunch of girls, "Me neither, girl. My house dirty too." And everybody's like, "Yes." And if you say clean your house, don't shame me. It's like,
it's problem though.
No discipline. And I gotta include my gentlemen too. You know, my gentlemen don't have any discipline whatsoever. No vision. Don't want to know what they want to do. I'm like, look, man, if you haven't even thought about it at 22, 23, 24, you waiting for the police to pick you up on the side of the road. You lost, bro. Some of these cats already lost their soul. They're zombies.
That's a whole, again, different conversation, because a lot of that too comes from video games, but people are not ready for that kind of conversation.
They not.
Listen, kind of calling me out on that, but listen, my dad took us. No. Look, our dad never got a video game station in our house because of that reason. He wanted us to have a vision. We were homeschooled all the way up. Put discipline up.
As soon as you grew up, you got one.
No, I didn't. I never did. I never did. But the thing is, I hated it at the time. But now I understand. I'm able to do stuff. I work construction. We'll pay for everything I have. You know, we take care of mom and dad now. We do all the cleaning, all the cooking in the house. We help them pay the rent. I wouldn't have that discipline and vision if my dad didn't stop that. You know,
Right.
at middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keyword dad.
yes, thank God, bro. I look at these people, bro. Oh my God.
Keyword dad, because your mama would leave it so that you can leave her alone. Oh, good. He got something to do.
Ugh.
Thank God he got something to do. Go ahead. Go sit down and watch play the game. Get on the phone with her homegirls. Yeah, girl, he playing the game. Anyway, let me talk to you about this and this. But you see, dads, that's why dads are so irreplaceable, because that dad's like, get off that game. Go outside. Go do something.
But then you gotta have something with your life, right? You know, gotta have a vision, do something. What are you doing, right? If my dad, like our dad is literally having us paint the whole house this weekend. We're all irritated, but you know, it is what it is. But
because as a man, he understands the importance of you understanding the importance of duty.
Exactly.
And I appreciate it now.
Yeah.
That's that old school discipline.
It is. Where it got lost is babies having babies. You know, being younger and younger, they don't have the necessary tools. And then with them being younger, a lot of times the dad's not going to be in their lives, or he don't know himself because he a baby too.
He a baby too.
You know, and see, I was raised by old school parents, and like my dad, they allowed video games, but when we would wake up, his first question to us is, "What's your plan for the day? Why don't you do this? Why don't you write down your 5 goals for this month? Put it on the mirror, look at it every day, and you work on making those goals." We don't have that anymore. These kids, these adults didn't have that. These new generations do not have that. That is missing, and that's something we need dearly.
Which leads to the zombie apocalypse you see out here every day. Exactly.
The walking dead.
We would need, but again, it would require the new generation of adults to actually be adults and not just be big children walking around.
Don't forget social media.
That would require accountability, and it would have to also require them to now put away their little crown they wear of entitlement. So you got to put both of those down, the A and the E. So I know, but I want to share this with you. There's a quote that says, and I think about it, even going back to, let's take it all the way back to the 60s. And I want you to think about what it says. Hard times create strong men.
Oh, yeah.
Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. So you figure out where we are now with the weak men creating hard times.
The hard times coming.
Because the hard times are here, boo. The hard times that created the strong men was when Malcolm and all of them were around. And then the strong men created the good times because we kind of moved into a different era and a different arena. Now then things became what we thought, we overcame and we are in a good spot now. And so then those good times all of a sudden started creating weak men. And now the weak men are taking us back to creating hard times. So the cycle is vicious and it's repetitive over and over and over again. But that's not anything new for us because it all was the same way back in the biblical time. It's just a 400-year cycle, and it just keeps repeating itself over and over and over.
But what's so interesting is that a lot of men, whether they take it to the extreme or not, or whether they are, going over a little overboard with it and going on first dates and saying what you bring to the table, whether it's all that or not, I just feel like a lot of men are more willing to evolve, to change, to grow, and to learn. But I think the biggest difference between what you're saying about the strong men, strong times, all this kind of stuff, is that a lot of the men in those times, in the strongest times, had that beautiful woman as a support system. And now a lot of the men are alone.
Right.
They don't have that. But when they're going through the hard time, and then they have the woman like, you ain't nothing. Like
But when I say men, I'm not necessarily referring to just male.
Oh,
Right.
you're just saying people.
I'm saying people. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, you're right.
The phrase just says men, because if we flip it back and we look, like you said, I'm not just talking about the men, but like you said, when during the hard times, we did have strong women who stood. And then even in those good times, we still had strong women help strong men create it. I'm sorry.
Time out. Flag on the play.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, because now we had strong men, you know, doing things that really made a difference, right? We have girls right now arguing with their men because they like somebody picture on Instagram, but we have men who were going out into the world and their wife didn't know if they were going to make it home or not just because of their skin color. Let's just be real. Okay. But then we had a whole different person that went viral for talking about how Coretta didn't make no. Basically, Coretta was the fool for staying with him because he was a player. And you didn't go through half of.
Right.
And this is the generation that we're seeing now. These are the new adults that we are seeing now who are making comments like this on the people of the past. And it's like, she didn't care about you. Even if he did run around, I'm just gonna say he did. I'm gonna say he did. We have no facts. Even if he did run around, do you think that was her main concern in that time? Do you think that was the most important thing on her list every day? When people drive by in the house,
survival was important.
Survival.
To add to what Rivah said again, like when men are going too extreme and more willing to change on the first day, asking what he brings to the table, we're the strong men like Ishan and Christian and Hustle and Muscle. We're the strong men in hard times. We have to ask these questions because our life depends on it. It's not like, it's not like we don't want to be extreme, but we're like, look, we can't play around. There's not a lot of good men, strong men out here. The few of us that are left have to find the strong women so we can team up and get this together. Otherwise, we will all die here. A metaphor for death first, of course, but still, we have to ask these questions.
Yeah. And people always ask too. I say this all the sorry, go ahead, Elsie.
Rivah, can I say this?
Oh, Corey.
I wanted you guys to know what I seen today on a website. I just seen in China they park tanks out in front of financial banks. Military tanks sitting in front of high-rise buildings in China to stop the people from running on the bank. Now, I don't know if you're up current with how connected our income is with China, but they are entering into a major depression if they're having to stop the people from taking their own money.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, by the time we get to December, everybody, I can't say it enough, tighten your belt. It's going to hit us. It can't affect China and not hit us. We're going to get hit.
And it's so funny because a lot of people keep talking about like what's to come, you know, especially like when it comes to grocery stores and, you know, the prices are so high. I don't know. Some people said gas went down a little bit. I don't know if that's true or not, but things have just been like ridiculous, you know, financially. We haven't seen something like this since 20, was it, what year was that? The recession.
LC
2029
2008 2009.
Yes. When it was like, oh gosh, but it was nothing like this.
No.
Okay,
because we're coming into the depression right now, coming very soon.
The same stuff that we go. I went to the store and bought groceries, you know, I would say a couple months ago, and I go back now. I'm like, $6. You know, this was $3. I can't. But they done double the whole price, and this is why, like, people always say, like, oh, you know, relationships and stuff like that. But this is why it's so important to have these conversations because one, it's not. It's deeper than the money. Okay, way deeper than the money. But one income can't survive.
No.
Okay.
Not in this
Some
climate.
people. For the people who live in California, God bless you. Okay, because
to add to your point, sorry.
The people who live in
point too.
Hold on one second. Even the people who live in New York City, God bless you. Okay, God bless you. Because the people who live in like these major cities, California is just, I mean, ridiculous, unaffordable, like unaffordable. But like wherever you people are living, like it's just becoming too much, even for somebody who maybe makes $100,000 a year. It's still, they're like, okay, I could maybe go on a couple of vacations, and I'm still kind of like trying to figure out, because I want to eat a healthy diet, I want to drive a good car. Excuse me. Whenever, thank you. When you're in Jamaica, they say when you sneeze, it means you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
They are so they're really trying to, like, live a certain lifestyle, and they're still saying it's not enough. And it's not, don't be fooled by everybody going to Tulum. Okay, everybody going to Dubai, everybody getting the Birkin bags, everybody buying the most expensive things. That stuff is not real.
Nope.
You know what's real? The relationships that you have, the people who are going to support you, the people who are going to care for you and protect you when times get too rough. When, keyword, underline, bold. That's what's the most important thing. And so, I just can't, again, stray away from these kind of conversations, because they're so essential. This is the center of our lives. And it hurts me to see how far women have gone off. I used to watch TV back in the day, and I used to be like, as much as you can look back, and I don't know where we could even find any episodes of The Cosby Show. I don't even know where that would be, but I used to love it when TV1. Okay, when you would see like Claire Huxtable, and even though she was a little smart mouth and stuff, she was a little boss chick, low key back in the day, if you really look at it from now. But to see the image of class, okay, that she portrayed, and to see how it was 2-parent household, and like good family structure and balance, and raising their kids and teaching them lessons, and people with money. We had good times, but good times was portraying us all to be poor.
Yeah.
Okay, Cosby Show was like, nah, we got money. You know what I'm saying? We some successful Black people. We know how to raise a family. The Jeffersons even.
Yeah, that was my age group.
Love the Jeffersons. Love the Jeffersons. But again, like I said, then you, at that same time, you had like Sanford and Son, where it's like he don't really got much. No, we're talking about the people who were showing like strong family structures.
Right.
Now what do we have? Love and hip hop. Like
basketball wives.
And half of them not even wives anymore. So why are they on
it? I know. I've been asking myself that question for years. Ain't some divorce?
It'd be like used to be engaged too.
No, it should be basketball exes. That's what it should be. Talking about
dated one
they should call it ex-basketball wives.
Like dated, went on one date with this person. Like,
and to add your point to the whole recession thing, whatever it is, high value is really going to be moving the goalposts down to $200K, $300K yearly. The way it's going on, inflation rate going probably up to 10 to 50%. We are literally going into depression right now. $100,000 a year, where everyone's trying to be, ain't gonna cut it. By then, it's gonna be literally close to poor ways, like the manager roles. You got the business manager with the bachelor's degrees, getting those things. All that stuff is gonna be literally minimum wage. Gonna be living in an apartment, have minimum vacation, trying to really work for somebody, and no free room to save in heads. At the end of the day, it's not about income; it's about net worth.
And guess what? A lot of these women will be willing to share the high value man, right? Because they want the resources. So they will be willing to share. I mean, they willing to share. Now we look at the city girl. Okay, I don't want to call nobody name. I don't want nobody coming at me.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Look at the city girl arguing with this other girl over this one man. Okay, just look at that. And then if you see the music video, he had somebody else that was in the music video that was the main focal girl. Well, too much. Okay.
Over the man that said, "Oh yeah, we dating, we hanging out, we
friends.
We friends.
Okay. Y'all get it. Y'all get what I'm saying. But so they are willing to share, right? So you will have, look at Nick Cannon. I think I can call his name. I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just saying what he's doing. Okay. I'm not saying anything.
Do we have to?
He's having, different children. He's taking care of whoever, all these, I think he said he's going to have 8 or 9 by the end of the year, whatever. Okay. Moving past that.
Nick says he's doing what he was put here to do. Be a king and procreate.
Yeah, he said multiply.
Exactly what he said.
But I'm gonna need you to lower the number.
He said he's gonna be fruitful and multiply. Okay, but what these women don't understand is that yes, you will have the resources. Yes, a man who is of high value and who will have of high value financially. I have to differentiate because that's not the only high value. Okay, but this man that has a high amount of resources, he can, just like dish it out like cards, like shuffle the deck and dish it out like cards and pay for you and provide you with finances. But that's not going to change the fact that you don't have a man in your home. Y'all will be willing to share and be one of to have all these resources, but not realizing that's not going to be the most important thing. It's going to be a man in your home, a protector who lives in house.
He can't ride across town to protect you.
He can't protect you from across the country. His money can't protect you. The black card can't protect you.
And this is why your channel and Chantel, Timon, and Rivah and Rebecca Barrett, all the women out here putting in mad work is so necessary, because like Christian's saying, like I'm looking at my roommates and everything, we're trying to move in like before we get a recession hit. When the recession hits in December, and the good men of us, I don't want to speak for the panel, but Keyshawn and everybody, when we start locking up our houses and there's no women in them, that's it. Kevin Samuels put up a show, rest in peace to him, of course, but he had a show recently. He said, there's going to be a point where it gets so bad that men won't even accept no new women. You better get on this shit, or it is it. You will out there and fend for yourself. And as I hate to be bleak, but people are going to die. We saw what happens in recessions. People starve to death. It's you don't listen to, I'm telling you, ladies on the live stream in the comments, I can't see you, but listen, if you're not going to listen to anybody, please listen to Rivah, please listen to LC, please listen to Chantel and all them, because if you don't, the rest of us gentlemen here, we're not going to put up with nonsense when everybody's trying to eat. If there's some food out there and Keyshawn and me are trying to get it versus two women, I'm sorry, we're going to win that fight. Like, that's what's going to happen.
That's true. Because
and as Kevin said, winter is coming.
It's here.
Winter is coming.
Would have been here.
Think about when the pandemic hit. How many people were sent home that were classified as non-essential workers?
Oh, that's never good. Yeah.
Just think about how many people went home. And then in a real recession, do you think they're going to send checks? No, it's going to be food trucks.
Right.
It ain't going to be checks. It's going to be food trucks. Ain't going to be no food in the store.
Right.
They're already doing that in China. They dump it out by the truckload and drive off.
Yeah, and it's going to be like panty conventions. Get all the free panty gifts you get. Do you like give to a charity with all the free food that really have to pick up when you're dealing with low income? This they deal with like the COVID pandemic. Get your free meals, bring it up at home, serve it to your family, and then hopefully you'll be able to try and get the next minimum if you can't afford none, as long as you get your EBT card, whatever it is. Or if you like $20,000-$30,000 in debt, if you got like a freaking $60,000 a year job with all the mortgages that you gotta be paying, you'll be up in that little full food pantry trying to get some.
Right. And for the people that can't afford that, they're going to either resort to robbing cats out here. So people going to get murdered.
What people don't, but also what people don't realize is that it's not, people think that, if you make $40,000-$50,000 a year, you don't make nothing. It's really not. Okay, it does depend on what you make a year, yes. But at the same time, some people are very wise and have great credit. Okay, so maybe they make a little $40,000-$50,000 a year, but they credit cards say they have a whole bunch more money, okay, that they can use, which is kind of even a little bit more smart because it's not their actual funds that they touching. That's number one. But then you have some people who make $100,000, $200,000 a year and buy all this stuff and have way more bills. And they actually really broke, because when we went through the whole thing with the pandemic, everybody was getting food stamps.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody. I see some people driving a Porsche, whipping out the card. Okay, because everybody was cashing them stimulus checks that if they were eligible for it, because they needed it. So imagine. So it's not just, everybody thinks that it's just like, it's just poor and rich. No. There's a lot of people that pretending or playing the role of rich, but you got they eat noodles every night. Okay, all they got is ramen.
And you
No,
know,
no shade, just being real.
I want to add to that point. Like once again, thank God for my dad. My dad sat us down and said, "Listen, if you can't handle $100, save some, invest some, spend some. If you
Spend
can't,
some.
you're not ready for 100,000. You're not ready for $1 million because it's just a scale up."
Exactly.
So
Preach it.
during the pandemic, I wasn't eligible for the stimulus checks because
Right.
we actually had enough money. But don't get me wrong, we were like you, making $40,000-$50,000 a year, but we were able to handle it. But the people out there working with the bands, the guys who was going to school me, flexing on me, all of a sudden they was broke. They asking me for money. I'm like, wait a minute, cuz. What happened to all the money you was flexing on me with? You were at the movie store at high school. What happened? No.
He ain't have it.
Yeah.
He ain't got it because he bought the Gucci belt.
And he's not. His mind isn't good. He can't handle it. He's not ready for you. A Gucci belt's way out of your budget. You're supposed to go to Walmart and get you a $10 belt to hold your pants up. I'm sorry. You do that.
I think that people should buy what they like, right?
Yeah.
But with sense.
Thank you.
Okay. If you have $200 in your bank account and the Gucci belt costs $198 and you don't get paid till next Friday, you probably shouldn't buy that Gucci belt.
Yeah, they wrong.
I'm entitled. I'm entitled. I'm entitled to have immediate gratification. You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Now, LC, don't be exposing these guys now. Don't hurt them like that.
And I don't have to be responsible. You know why? Because there's somebody else out there who will take over for me and make up for what I lack. Okay.
Or they're like YOLO.
Yeah.
They're like YOLO.
Yeah. All I got to do is twerk a little bit, pop it out there a little bit, and he'll be like, hey, "What you need, boo? I got you."
And let's be real, there's a lot of women who,
let's make it clap.
TikTok exposes the nature of people. There's a lot of women who be like, well, can't I just go to another state and be a private dancer for a little bit, make some money, and then just come back? Like, just willing to do whatever just to be able to look like the people that they deem as cool, fashionable, or whatever it is.
Now, a part of that is the men's fault. All of my simps out there, y'all tighten up, all right? But I will say this, ladies, when the recession hits, that's not going to work. Even the simps will be gone because they're going to be trying to eat themselves. You guys are really going to be out here starving to death. And I hate to see, it hurts my heart because they're really bad acting, but I would hate to see y'all starve to death like this. Get on the shit before it leave.
I want to say this, and I don't know, did you guys see this glitching a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might, I don't know why it's glitching, but I don't want it to cut off because it did it twice. But I want to say this, and then I just want to kind of like wrap it up. I never seen it do that before. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if we said something we wasn't supposed to say. Sorry.
About to say, yeah.
Right.
We were just playing.
I think we okay.
Listen, FBI, I said nothing.
We were just playing. We're just kidding. We don't even know. We just talking.
Yeah, that's Brittany. Brittany, the FBI's daughter, got mad and told her daddy.
Right. For real. We weren't talking about you. No, but what I wanted to say is that there's so many women who come online and they didn't need their man. Their man was just there because they just wanted them because they're the prize. They're the this, they're the that. Like, he was just an addition. He wasn't all of that. And then they come back online and they actually went through the divorce. And these women video themselves on the internet crying.
Yeah. Saying I messed up.
I messed up.
Broke up my home.
I knew but I didn't know I was wrong. Now what I'm supposed to do, cry in a river.
Child, it's gonna
no
get
pun
ugly.
intended.
Yep, go about your way.
Crying because they're saying, oh man, I didn't realize the value of this person. Because it's all cool to be big and bad and say you don't need that man when he's still laying in bed with you every night. But you see, when reality hits and it's really not under your control and he actually is not in the home anymore, that's when you feel it. Now what you gonna do? And a lot of women have changed their tune and they try to get back, and I mean it's like because I was willing to stay, but now that I'm out and comfortable, I'm not going to reverse this. Now you got to sit in that mess, and a lot of women can't handle it.
Nope.
A lot of women spend the rest of their lives stressed out trying to figure out what that man doing, what he gonna do, who he moving on with, what him and the girl gonna do, or they try to replace him with every other man and they can't. So it's better to get with it than to get lost.
Real hard.
And work it out. And work it out. That's the whole thing we talked about. Put some work in for something for once in your damn life. And once in your life. Everything is not supposed to be comfortable and easy. I keep saying get out your comfort zone. Everything is not supposed to be cushy. Oh, well, he's supposed to just love me how I am because I'm so great. And I said, who was the last person that told you you were great? Who was the last person who told you that?
Oh.
And then you're like, well, people don't usually tell me that. No, nobody's telling you that, but you.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from? You know, we're making up shit. Excuse me. We're making. We are making up stuff now to make ourselves look and feel so wonderful and so great. About who we are and all of this, and I'm so great and I'm such a prize and this and that, and he should just love me. But I'm going, what is there? I'm finding it difficult to even like you. So what is there so great to love you about? And then I'm a woman, you know what I'm saying? And who thinks like a man, but I'm like, I don't even like you.
Right.
And then you
don't even like you.
Yes, you don't even like you. You don't even like you. Because at the end of the day, if you are a woman who's treating a man like a child, it's because there's something wrong internally with you that you can't control your life on your own. So you have to feel like you need to dictate, mandate, over exaggerate what he's doing to make you look good. And I'm going, do you not realize how stupid you look? That's foolish. Why would I want to be with a grown? I was getting ready to go somewhere. Go be with a grown, you know what, man.
Yeah.
And I have to, and people are looking at me, and it's like I'm training him. I'm like, you don't need to sit like that. Sit down. Put your feet down. Why are you doing that? Stop chewing your food like that. Why are you using that fork? I don't even know why you got that because you don't even eat that like that. What are we doing? And then you're upset when he doesn't want to go out with you. He doesn't want to be seen with you. Like Rivah said, he doesn't want you touching him. Don't follow me around the house. Don't ask me where I'm going.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Then all of a sudden he stops coming home after work. Okay. So then it's where you been? Out. And you go straight to the shower. And he does this repeatedly for a couple. So so if you smart enough to catch the clue, which you're not, you're going to follow him to the bathroom. And then he's like, why you coming in here? Chloe, push you out, lock the door. He does this 3-4 times a week. He's sleeping with somebody else.
Yep.
Can I, if you're done, are you done?
Go ahead, boo. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I did not want to stop you. Okay. Because you were on a roll and you were on a roll like butter. Okay? But there was a it reminded me because Tank came out with this song recently, and it was actually, I didn't like the fact that he came out with this song because it was a remake basically of Jaheim's song Put That Woman First, and literally Tank is saying in the new song like put that woman first, and I'm like, okay, Tank, I see what you did there, but you remade the song and it's literally the same lyrics anyway. But Jaheim, even in that song, Put That Woman First, when she start doing this, when she start coming out, I really feel like that song is supposed to be for women to men. I understand why he made that song for a woman, but if you want to look at it 100-fold, that song is really for a woman to a man because women are so quick. A man, this is just true. A man goes off of what you give him. I know that we're the multipliers. I know everybody, if you give a woman a house, she'll make it a home. If you give a woman, or whatever, she'll make a kid or what. People love to talk these things and it sounds good, but men are the same. If whatever you give a man, if you give a man an attitude, you're gonna get the cold shoulder. If you give a man disrespect, you're gonna receive disrespect maybe in a different way. Okay, if you shy away from the man and reject him every night when he's trying to get the the uchiwali, he gonna go find that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's literally whatever you serve your man, that is exactly what he's going to serve back to you. Women, one thing Beyonce ain't lie about in that song, the women keep the tempo. She did not lie. Okay, if the relationship is young and spicy and fresh, and the man looks happy, look at the woman. It's because she walking around sexy. She look like she fine. You know, she in the gym. She keeping that smile on his face because he doesn't see anything that is making him feel like he needs to look elsewhere, whatever the case is. You know, so what I don't understand is that a lot of women, again, with this whole prize mentality, I'm the prize, I'm the queen, I'm the this, I'm the that. You need to put focus on your spouse. Because like you said, you start disrespecting that man, you talk to him like he's a child. Some men are cold, okay? Some men gonna get you with the get back and you don't even know. You're making me feel like I'm less than a man. Let me go sleep with this woman outside because that's gonna make me get my masculinity back.
She says I'm all the man that she needs. So let me go help her. Let me go break her off a little bit. Let her know what it looked like. Yeah,
I'm the only man that she said that. Oh, nobody else don't want me. Let me go prove her wrong. Let me go sleep with everybody that I can get a chance to sleep with. She told me that I'm boring. Let me go see what this girl say.
She said I'm a spice of life. You can come to my house and spice up any day.
Because the secretary at the job said that I got it like that. She waiting for me to leave you. She done broke up with her boyfriend and bought a new apartment and sitting there hoping and praying that I leave you and we gonna live our life happily together. And she younger than you and she fine.
Hello, somebody.
And she appreciate the fact I can cook. Hey,
thank you. She appreciate me in ways you never did.
You know what's funny? It's
Gotta be
okay.
real.
So I was married for 27 years, and my ex forgot who I was before I met her. She made up in her mind what she thought I was, and it's like, you're delusional. I have subdued what I used to be a husband.
Right. And that's the problem. A lot of women don't realize he just put that thing on ice. He was a player when you met him. Don't think he forgot how to be a player.
Not always.
Because you got used to him, you think he don't got it like that. No, you're the only person that's used to him. When you go outside, he still got it like that.
I'll tell you, a dog never forgets the scent.
Right. And if he's older now, he's got resources, he got wisdom. He's now a better player than he was when you picked him up. So now it's like,
now he has way more insight.
But this is the thing. This is the thing that people don't realize and that women don't realize. Women were created to be the heart of the home.
Yes.
When the heart is messy, the house is messy.
Oh.
And that means all the way around, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, all of that. The conversation is messy. It's just it's just tore up from the floor up. But when the woman's heart is in the right place, and it is calm, it is loving, it is I hate to say that word. It is giving.
It is giving.
So when you are in that place of just being serene, that makes everything great for him. That's when the level of peace and comfort and love just exudes. But that's another thing though. You cannot give that until that's what you are. You can't give him that until that's what you are.
Right.
You can't fake peace. You cannot fake peace. It's like you can't really fake love. You can put your best, you can put your best presentation out front, your representative, but then the representative gets tired of playing the role. And then your true self comes out. And then he's like, what is this? Okay. But so you have to ask yourself as men, can I deal with the representative for the rest of my life, her playing back and forth, or do I need to just go ahead and let it go? And women who treat their men like children, men stick around, like River said before, because of time invested. We've been in this game for about 10 years. Well, no, that just means you've been a fool for 10 years. That's what that means. You've been playing a fool for 10 years because at the end of the day, she's not going to change.
No,
right.
Not.
I mean,
She's not. I don't care how many
I know I know you guys are trying to end the live stream and stuff. I want to jump on exactly what LC is saying. Like for
No,
me,
go ahead.
I had to say that little story about that chick that cheated on me, right? I should have known better in the talking stages. She was a feminist. She was a little off balance, but I thought she was cute. So I was like, and what my ass was thinking, you know what I mean? I was being stubborn. I was like, okay, maybe I can make this work. No, I'm glad God put in my life that she cheated on me early in the talking stage before we got involved, because now I don't take no risk with that. I just had to learn that lesson. Like you said, you can't be a fool for 10 years. At least God only made me a fool for 3 months. But hey, you know what I mean?
No, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. And the problem is that, a lot of men suffer trying to do the right thing. There's so many people who in a relation, so many people who get married, and you can just see it all over the guy's face. Like I'm just trying to do the right thing. This is, we got kids together, and I love her. She been holding me down for 15 years, and I thought it was time to put a ring on it. Trying to do the right thing. So many people are in relationships of settling.
We love you, Corey. By the way, we're not trying to come at you. We love you.
I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about Corey in this sense, but Corey he does fall into that space. But I wasn't necessarily talking about Corey. I'm talking about men who they didn't really want it to be what it was. They got married after they already knew she was trifling. Then they got married. Okay, but then now they got these kids. Now they got this whole life, and it's like, okay, I had 3-4 kids with her. How am I supposed to uproot my life now and then just go? That'll look selfish. So let me try to do the right thing because she loves me, but she's just not good for me. We have a lot of men who are in relationships.
Elsie got to get on this joint. Elsie got the next.
Go ahead, Elsie.
It just hit me. It just hit me. A lot of times why men stay caught up in situations like this and they allow themselves to be treated like a child is because in their childhood growing up, they can never seem to do anything that made their mother proud of them or made her respect them. So now we're with this woman and we're trying to do it. And like you just said, everything that he possibly can to make this thing the right way, because subconsciously he hears his mother's voice. He hears his mother's voice in his head, still putting him down, still saying you're not going to get it right, still saying you're never going to have a real woman in your life in a relationship, still saying what you're not going to be, still saying you're this, and this. So he doesn't really see her as his woman. He sees her as the surrogate mother, the misplaced mother in his mind.
Absolutely.
And he will stay and be drugged like a child, like his mother did him.
Because we always talk about girls that have daddy issues, but we neglect the fact that men have mommy issues.
Yep.
Yep,
they do.
It's so true.
They do. And it's sad because and that still goes back to women not understanding how to talk to a man, because if you are in a place where you have love in your heart. So Rivah, as you were talking about the fruits of the spirit, the fruits of the spirit are love, joy, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, and peace. All the things you have to be a wife. All the things you need to be to have a husband. All the things you need to be a great mother. They'd
be like, why can't you get a good man? You ain't patient, you ain't kind, you ain't giving, you ain't sweet, you not joy, you not everything that it is, you the complete opposite. And they be like, ain't no good man. No, you're not a good woman.
God forbid we ask for a little joy, we ask for a little kindness. You guys will go straight out rebellion. Bruh.
He asked me for joy and kindness. I'm already giving him the Uchi Wally. That should be enough.
God forbid we ask for the basics of a happy life.
Thank you.
But that's just it. Today's woman doesn't understand what the basics of life really is, because if they did, all this material stuff would not matter.
No,
you wouldn't have to have a man making 6 and 7 figures, because you would understand that love, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness, goodness, self-control, and all of that, and gentleness comes getting self-control. Oh my God, don't get me started on that.
That's a whole
That's a
show.
whole
Deep
thing.
conversation. That's a deep conversation.
That's a whole thing right there. Okay. So if they could just understand that that is the essence of becoming and being a great woman.
Yeah.
There's nothing that her man would not do for her when she exhibits all of that.
Can we talk? Because I
Absolutely.
don't understand. I always don't understand. When I see these women going off about these men and this, they only want this and they only want that. I'm like, you just exposing that you ain't ever been with no man before.
Not a real one.
You exposing that you ain't nobody, put you in a relationship. Did nobody ever really love you?
Right.
You ain't never been with nobody that loved you. Because if a woman has been in a relationship with a man who's actually loved her, she will be on the floor with a toothbrush cleaning the grout.
Not the ones talking about. I've been engaged 3 times. I said, and
we heard you. Heard you.
This is my question. But you on TikTok talking about, I've been engaged 3 times, boo, 3 times, boo. So my question to you would be, why did any of them not decide to marry you? Because anybody can give you a ring and take it back. But there was something that each one of them said, nah, she ain't it. Let me throw that back.
I've been engaged 3 times, and
that's what I said. And what?
And nothing materialized from it. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because I told him I didn't want it. Nah, it ain't because you told him
you told him that you're not gonna give it up unless y'all get married, and he gave you a ring, and then you slept with him because you had the ring on your finger, and then he was like, "Nah, I'm good." And then you did it again with the next fool and the next fool, and you talking about I've been engaged. People done chose me, girl.
Them ladies
That's what it is.
Ladies that keep the rings and they don't give the ring back. For a guy, just call that severance pay. She did you a favor. It's cheaper to let it go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, I'm getting my ring back.
Yeah,
the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie.
I go buy any ring I want.
Girl's
I ain't
crazy.
worried about it. The ring is nothing.
Some of the girls be acting real. They be acting like it's their ring.
Yes.
Oh no, you gave it. He doesn't want to be with you. Why would you wear it?
Right.
But it's the thing. But he gave it to you with the intention of there being a wedding. That is what's called a promise. That's a contract. So when you break the contract and you doing stupid stuff, I'm gonna need my paperwork back.
That's how you know they're insane. You're walking around with a medallion of failure. You're walking around with a ring proving that you failed 3 times. What is wrong with you?
That's what I
I've been engaged 3 times.
Yeah, she got a trophy shelf of engagement rings lined up like trophies, and all it is just a trophy case full of failure.
Yeah,
what I'm not capable of doing.
There can be a woman, and this is why I think it's so stupid. And I mean, I think that the bond between man and woman and the covenant between the two people is essential for growth.
It is.
But not everybody wants that type of growth, and not everybody is ready for it. Some people will just never be ready for that type of commitment, because that is the ultimate level of growth. Because when you're in a relationship with somebody, that is a mirror of who you are. Everything that's inside of you, you are going to see in that relationship. And that person is going to bring forth every emotion out of you, because they are just sitting there looking at you. And y'all in the house and you realize you have eyes on you, it exposes your own nature to yourself and vice versa. That is the greatest level of growth. And also there's so many blessings that come from that union.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. When two are gathered, when two people come together and put their minds together, it is beautiful what can be created. Right? That being said, there's some people who've been together for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and are not technically married. I'm just going to use this for an example. And I could listen to them talk before I listen to this girl who's been engaged 3 times, or to this girl who's been married, or to this girl who's been married 4. Okay, because you have no idea what covenant is. You just use that as a stepping. That's dating for you. Some people, marriage is really dating for them.
Right.
They get to know each other after the ring is on. Oh, I don't like him. Divorce next. And then they think it's something to be proud of. Like, oh yeah, he got to marry me before he get with me. Okay, but you've been married 10 times.
What's he really getting?
What's he getting?
Besides a used truck, what he doing?
That exact scenario Riva and LC just outlined happens in the Muslim community all the time because we're supposed to date for marriage, but it's still dating. If you've been divorced 3 times and you broke the engagement 3 times, we got that exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it's a global epidemic, big time.
It's the epidemic.
Yeah.
It is big time.
And
for
then
sure.
It's so much more important to be in real. If you want that, right? We obviously not talking to the people who don't want that, but we talking about the people who say they want that and then they still trying to be a city girl and have a hot girl summer.
Thank you.
Okay, they want that.
That's
They want that, but then they still,
insane.
They have one foot in, one foot out. They still trying to look at their homegirls and they and then there's also like the women that we talking to is the women who also just don't know a different way. They just don't know.
Nope.
They just don't know. They've never seen it done a different way.
Let's talk about the homegirls. I'm over that.
They kicked me out the sisterhood, girl. So
here we are. I haven't been in sisterhood for 36 years, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. The only sisterhood I'm in are the ones I consider the exclusive wives club, and there's only like 5, and there's 5 members in that. That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
I love it because I got kicked out. I got kicked out early, because I started telling the truth. I didn't realize that you wasn't supposed to really tell the truth when they ask your opinion. I didn't realize you were supposed to lie.
Oh, then I mean, I was like, yeah, that means I was kicked out in high school and didn't know.
Why are you talking to him like that? That's so rude. And they're like, yeah, you see, no, not you. No, you're not invited.
They wanted your cooperation, not the truth.
Right. I was like, nobody told me. Nobody told me that.
So somebody told me last week, Miss Christian, you know what? In today's generation, you would be considered a pick-me. I said, let me help you out. I said, in today's generation, no, I would not be a pick-me. I am a pick-me. You know why? Because out of all the women in the world, I got picked. So at the end of the day, you need to be trying to be a pick-me too, boo. Besides running around here talking about because being what you are, and she's like, well, what is that? A pass me, because you're not a pick-me. You're a pass me. Then passed around, going around, sleeping around, getting around, doing around. Get you somewhere. Get you somebody that can pick you. So I'm gonna get me a T-shirt that says I'm a pick me, and on the back it says because he chose me.
Oh, yeah. That's cute. I like that.
There you go. I like that.
I like that. That's really cute.
Well, you know what? A man that operates like a real husband, he's not going to stop and pick up trash.
No,
he's going to stop and pick up something valuable. That's a pick me.
But the pick me is so stupid. The word is so stupid. You know why? Because what woman doesn't want if you want to be in a relationship with a man, and if a woman who wants to be married and wants to have a good man, then you're a pick me.
No, wait a minute, but no.
Every woman, don't you want to be picked?
That's the thing. Because how are you going to be picked, Riva, when you believe that you're the prize? You believe that you have control of the relationship. That's why the title says he's your man and not your child, because you honestly believe that you control the relationship. Now, once they understand that the only thing that you do control is the sex, and the man controls the relationship because he decides if he wants you for his wife. The word says that he takes you and he gives you his name. That's why it's called a kingdom.
Oh, but let's not talk about the fact that a lot of these women coming against the quote unquote patriarchy because they don't understand why they have to take the man's name in marriage. That's the newest thing. That's the newest thing.
That is the biggest nonsense I've ever heard.
That's the newest thing. That's the newest thing. So everything that is of tradition and structure is being torn down. So that's the newest thing.
You know what? When the recession hits, I'm leaving everybody to fend for themselves. It's crazy.
They're like, because of the patriarchy, I have to have this baby and then give this baby the name of this man. You see how the patriarchy is nasty. I'm like, but you would not be pregnant if it was
Without
not
him.
for that man.
Yes, and stop running around talking about you're the givers of life. Stop talking about you're the givers of life, because you're not. You're just that little vessel that carries it, because without his seed, you have nothing. You can walk around this earth till you're 105 and never conceive without his seed. He is the giver of life. You just happen to be the barrel he shoots it in. Stop it.
You the oven. You the
oven is baking.
What we turning the oven on if ain't nothing in it?
Well, we won't talk about the yeast. I'm gonna try to stay back.
You see,
you open the door. You open the door.
No. Listen, LC, you need your own show. You need your own show.
You open the door. So I went there.
LC's
we won't talk about
it.
We won't talk about this.
No, you didn't, LC. I didn't know you was coming to fight. Okay.
I wore my black today. I said I'm gonna be with my girl Rivah. We in there.
LC, I didn't know when I said the oven, I didn't know.
You know,
my husband,
LC, I'm glad you said it. And listen, LC, I'm glad you said it, because I would have got canceled if I said it.
The way she said it too, because because the yeast. I'm like, okay, you didn't even go into detail.
I'm saying when I say yeast, I'm speaking as far as like when you got a bun in the oven. So we going there. So if anybody takes it,
no, it's a double entendre, LC. You know what you said.
Yeast is double sided.
Oh, okay.
I'm in it both ways.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it me fighting? Is it me? Because maybe I swung.
No. No need to apologize, LC. We love it.
I'm like, but it's so true. And again, the whole point of us having these conversations is just to be honest. Yeah. To be honest, we're seeing a lot of things, and a lot of people just are living life aimlessly. Let's be real. They're living for the next thrill. They're living for what's fun. They're living what they think is cool, with what they think is cute, what they think is trendy, and they're not living with wholeness in mind. They're living literally aimlessly. They're not thinking about the next generation. They're not thinking about the babies. They're not thinking about what's to come. They're not thinking about any of the decisions that they make today possibly affecting their future tomorrow.
Right.
Because they're not living with a purpose.
Not living with a purpose.
Yeah.
So we have to bring awareness. Your career and all of the. Okay, that's cute. Right, that's cute. Your little career. Okay, that's cute. But at the end of the day, like that company can shut down tomorrow. What will you have?
Exactly.
Yes. The job can fire you tomorrow. What will you have?
There we go.
Where will you be?
Right.
Where will you be? If you only if your only character trait is that you got whatever it is but before or after your name because you have a certain position at a job and your whole identity is at that job, if that business crumbles, so will you.
What Kevin say? I'm a PhD.
Right, I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Oh gosh, I miss Kevin so much because so many things happen, and I'm like, what would he say to this? What would he say to this?
Bro, he would have a field day of what's happening out here.
He would.
Yes.
But it's so many of the things that we see are so many things that he said, and a lot of people have gained more boldness because he's not around. So a lot of people just be on the internet saying more foolishness because they know they don't have Uncle Kev to come check them.
But to be fair,
that's why it's like spiraled.
When he was talking about PhD, and he said that 90% of the women with PhDs file for divorce.
Yeah.
90 or 92. It blew me away.
Because they think they're smarter than their men. Yeah. You have so much. You have so much education that you can be academically. You can be academically a doctor, but you don't know how to be a doctor of love for your man. That's when I feel like you failed. So I need you to sit down somewhere. PhD. PhD.
You need your own show, LC.
Yeah, PhD. You want to go to school and study all this stuff and have all these accolades on your wall, but the only thing you don't have up there is a marriage license. I'm telling you.
And a wedding.
Get that
Get that piece of paper. No, I'm tired of them.
Tell the truth, LC, because that PhD or all those degrees that you have, they can't hold you at night.
They won't keep you warm. And when the winter comes, You know what you do? Pull them off the wall and put them in the fireplace, and let's see how hot they get. How about that?
Exactly.
How about that?
You're
No,
not
I'm
lying.
serious. I'm so
You're
over
not
it.
lying. You're not lying because you're giving way more respect to the man that signs your paycheck, but you're not giving respect to the man who's literally inside of your body. That don't make no
Every-
sense.
That is
Thank
crazy.
you.
It don't make
Thank
no
you.
sense.
It
It's
doesn't.
backwards. I love this comment. It says the world is backwards. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
So
And
It's been back.
one thing I like is that we laugh and we kiki. You know, we have a great time on this panel having these conversations, but it's depth. You know, there's a lot of depth and there's respect on the panel that I really appreciate. Like everybody has respect for the next person talking. We try not to overtalk each other. We try to make it as like peaceful, but also so that everybody can hear the conversation because we are aware that we're not just talking to ourselves, you know?
Right.
So I
Real
love that. Yeah, it's a real conversation,
Mom?
but also a great panel for us to have. And I love that. And honestly, I love the fact that, you know, it's kind of been like us coming back again. I'm really enjoying like the way that we have our conversations. We might have some stuff to talk about. Okay. I'm gonna have to hit y'all in the DM. Adam, do you follow me on Instagram?
I do. I sent you a couple clips, but I just obviously I'm probably in the
don't know
inbox.
it's you. I probably don't know it's you because my DM sometimes, guys, my DMs is a scary place. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It can get a little scary sometimes. One time I opened something and I said, okay, no. Okay. I was very angry. I was very angry because yes, River, love y'all. I know I say I love y'all every day, but sometimes some people slither in who don't, you know, who want to show off stuff that I don't want to see.
Oh Lord.
And
He got a boyfriend like as well as freaking married.
and it keeps me
Oh my
away
God.
from my DMs sometimes. So sometimes if I don't know who it is, I just don't look unless I see the snippet of the message saying like you
This
should
is-
react to this or this is because it's too much. Okay. Sometimes it can be a scary place. I haven't been scarred for a while, but I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair, yo. But,
Yeah.
Show some
River,
respect.
the only thing I have is
Send me
YouTube.
a
I don't
message and
do
let me
any
know
of that
if you
other
Adam.
stuff.
okay, it'll be my same. This is my YouTube, my rapper name, my YouTuber name, my
Oh.
Instagram name. This is it. The aftermath.
Okay.
That's me everything. So,
Okay,
yeah.
great. And Krishan, I already know how to get in contact with you.
Jeez.
Tell my brother and Elsie, I have you too. Yeah, but we're gonna be we're gonna have to okay.
Understood.
Christian, do you follow me on Instagram, Christian? I know how to find Corey.
I
Corey,
checked it out, but and my apologies for interrupting early, by the way. But my YouTube that I have a YouTube called the Nerd Chronicles, which is in development. Basically, I do some events when it comes to like math related stuff most of the time, but I do stuff that's actually based on controversy and on current events. You know, i.e., like hard, like Manosphere, Red Pill type stuff. You know, that they always claim. What happened?
I'm a subscriber. I know you then. Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Nerd Chronicles. Yeah. The Nerd Chronicles, you know, like Mom Gates is nothing but a man, you know. So basically, I had that down. You know, I'm in the works of actually trying to like do like a very deep project on Python and trying to analyze the situation when it came to abortion about like a year ago. And there's gonna be more literally coming down the pipe with inflation and all the other crazy topics that folks we talk about that they claim, oh, this is the stats that we found from this guy. And my job in that case, I want to try and make sure I verify each and everything thoroughly. Do regressive modeling to make sure that these guys are legit or they're not legit, trying to inform people on where to go and let people make the judge off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. So I did go ahead and drop that in the chat for you. It is the Nerd Chronicles. And I also wanted to respond from this. This is from I Seen Your Little Podcast. He says, now I know not to send you any more panel invite. Shake my head. Listen, I'm telling you, I had to stay away. Okay. If I promise it's no disrespect. I try to tell you guys in my story on Instagram, I'm like, guys, I have to sit down and take the time and you know, be mentally capable of looking through all the messages because I get a lot of messages. Like not even to be, you know, like I get so many messages. You know how some people be like,
no,
important.
Talk, River.
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
But it's really just like for real. Like I really get a lot because I tell people to send me stuff that they want me to react to. So then sometimes it'll be like 20 people sending me one video And then imagine them doing that like every time they see something that's interesting. So it's a lot. It's not 20 people, it's a lot of people. Okay, it's a lot of people sending me stuff. But if you did send me a DM, or if you ever send me a DM and you wanted me to react to a video, or you wanted me to say anything to you guys, or whatever it is, or you just wanted whatever it is in my DM, don't feel bad. Don't feel like I'm ignoring you, because for the people who I respond to, y'all know. Okay, I do respond. I promise I do respond, but it has to be the right time. Okay, it has to be the right time, and I have to see it in a certain way, and I will. And especially when you guys send me videos, and I always make sure that I also not only react to the videos, but I also send them to you if you are the one who gave me the video to react to, so that I actually did it. So I try to be on point. But guys, I'm telling you, when I say I've been busy, I'm not lying.
Okay? No, it's all good.
Y'all see how I'm sitting here. It's been rough. Okay, it's been rough.
Long
it's
day.
Been really rough. But I have to. Yes, very long day, but also long week, long month. But I have some stuff in that I'm working on for you guys, and you guys are gonna be like, when I finally can reveal it, you're gonna be like, that's why you haven't been on it. Now we understand, and it's coming soon enough. So I am going to be doing more live streams. Again, we have so many things to talk about. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. What's tomorrow? See?
Friday.
I don't even know.
Friday.
Maybe Friday. Maybe tomorrow. But okay, not tomorrow. It's definitely not going to be tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow. I will do my reactions, but maybe Saturday. We'll talk about it. We'll figure this out. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. And I'm gonna make sure that I keep it coming for you guys. But also, guys, if you didn't know, okay, for the people who are watching or people who will catch in a replay, my birthday is next Thursday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
How are you gonna be? 25?
Don't tell me happy birthday now, because we all gonna be there on my birthday. Okay. Okay. So that is exactly a week from today.
It's the 28th.
It's the 28th. So my plan is to, because it's a Thursday, my plan is to share that probably the entire day with y'all.
Really?
Okay, and we're gonna talk about Saturday. Oh, your birthday Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Whoop whoop, Leo Gang.
I'm a little older than you, girl. I'm 52 this Saturday.
I will do my best, but I got a final exam that day, so I'll probably be in the evening.
I promise you, we'll probably be on whenever you finish. Okay, because I'm kind of planning, like I said, to share. When I say the day, I mean like
24 hours.
It might be that. It might be that.
Oh,
I don't know.
But,
so maybe if we don't have a lot of conversation during the week, we will catch up on that day. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm trying to let you guys know from now. Okay. Trying to get that in advance so everybody knows. But yeah, of course, I want to stick to my reactions. Again, if you sent me anything, I promise I'm going to probably take some time, maybe one of these days, to look through and react to the stuff that you guys are requesting from me. And I also want you guys to know how much I love you.
Thank you.
Okay, I genuinely do. Whenever I'm not on these live streams, I'm always thinking about them, because I'm like, dang, look at this happen. I could think about this and I want to talk about this, but sometimes it's just a matter of time. But I want to thank you guys for always genuinely like supporting me, supporting the conversation, supporting the content. EP, what's your email? What's your email, EP? Let me know what your email is, because I don't want to get the same kind of stuff I get in my DM in my email. Okay, I can't take the stress. I cannot take the stress. So EP, give me your email instead. But yeah, so that's what it is. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. But I thank you guys for always rocking with me, and always, like, when I post a video, you guys are always down to watch it or whatever, regardless if I left you guys stranded for 2-3 days. I really appreciate it, because it's been a lot, and it stresses me out when I'm not connecting with you guys, because I never want you guys to feel like I'm not, if that makes sense. Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. We've been here for almost 3.5 hours. talking about things that are extremely necessary, and also again trying to get these conversations to the right ears. So if you're listening to this video and you love the video, make sure that you share the video as well to anybody that you think might even need to hear it, just simply because we're trying to change what I would say what is cool, right?
Yeah.
It's cool to serve your man, it's cool to love your man, and it's also cool to respect the fact that he is an authority. There's nothing wrong with that. And go ahead. Sorry.
I want to say for my gentleman, like Kevin C was saying, it's cool to be married. You know what I mean? You don't have to be on the fence or apprehensive. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It is a good thing, especially when it's the right person. Okay. Especially that. And I want to just sum it up really quick, because Sean, Elsie, Adam, whoever wants to say anything in regards to the topic that we had at hand, just like any closing remarks, so that we can go ahead and end the video. Sean, you can go first. Oh, go, Adam, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll go first. As far as the women treating their men like children, just stop. All right, get on the ship, relax, cooperate with. Sometimes the brother just need to breathe. You know what I mean? You do that, it'd be cool. Other than that, that's all I gotta say.
Short and sweet. Sean.
If you take the time to understand who your man is and what he needs, you won't have to be his mama. Take the time to understand who he is and what he needs. You won't need to be his mama.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Christian.
Just treat people how they want to be treated. Understand that respect always goes both ways. If you play the role to the best of your ability, there could definitely be equality on both sides when it comes to equal treatment. You can find equal that way, but it's impossible to have equal leadership if you try to actually sabotage. You have different anomalies, and you want to try and make sure you do like what's best for like both people involved, so that everyone's happy. That's really the most important thing.
Love that. Corey.
I just really enjoyed the company on the panel tonight. This was an awesome show. LC, you are a national treasure. Thank you.
I love her.
Rivah, love you very much. Gentlemen, you guys are awesome. Oh man, this was a great show. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Corey. And of course, Miss Empress LT.
I saw that message. I was like, he was like, Empress. I said, yeah, I'm gonna wear my crown royally tonight.
Yeah.
But what I will say is this for my ladies out there. Let's just go back to when we were young and we learned what was called the golden rule. To do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you would just hold tight to that and just remember, how you treat someone is how they're going to treat you. Love is reciprocated, even sometimes when it's not asked for. But so is anger and hatred. So when you're dishing it out, know that you're going to get a good portion of that in return. But men are not like women. They don't reciprocate their anger or their hatred in the way that you do. They're not loud and boisterous about it. They're very quiet and meek about it. But that means that when he walks out the door, he's done.
That's it.
Well, on that bombshell, LC, I'm gonna need you a show by December. You need your own show.
Why are you trying to take her away from me?
No, that's a beautiful thing. Look, we need 1 million more people like LC and Rivah and Chantel and everybody out here to actually get some change around here.
Yeah, but I hope well, we're gonna talk anyway. We're gonna have to get the channels together. For real. For real.
Yes.
And it's so funny because you said, I think it was you who said it, Adam. You said something about Crimson earlier. And it's funny because Elsie kind of reminds me of Crimson. She has that kind of like vibe like Crimson. Crimson is so she's so real.
Straight to it.
Okay.
I love
very
her.
real. Very real. But she's
this last 2 weeks, she's been on fire. This last 2 weeks.
I haven't seen Crimson in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen anybody's channel in a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody. But Crimson, I have not seen at like.
I will tell you, you need to see the one that she did the day before yesterday. When I say she tore the house down.
I love me some Crimson. She's so sweet too. I'm gonna watch it.
I gotta back up what LC is saying. She's been on fire for the 2 weeks, but the one broadcast LC is talking about, she is unloading the clip on the scene, bro. Like, she's on fire.
Can you send it to me if you see it?
Yeah, I'll look it up. But she beheaded everybody. It came as a reaction to the one you did the other day about Thomas Dexter.
Oh, you know that. Not the government. Not the government, Elsie.
She said, yeah, she cut like I said, I'm
gonna watch
everything. Yes.
I'm gonna watch it. It's a stream that she did?
It was a live.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I love Crimson Clear. What I love too is that I feel like there's so many different avenues of these conversations and very different personalities too. Like very, very different. But my main thing that I love is that everybody doesn't have to be all up on each other, right? Everybody don't have to be on the same space. Everybody don't have to collab. Everybody don't got to do that. But my favorite thing is that everybody is having a constant conversation because it's so necessary. It's so necessary. Like, we need it. There's enough women out there telling girls to be city girls. We need as much women as we can telling women, okay, but clean up after that man, give him something to drink. Your man is the leader of your home. The man is the prize. Submission. Woo! We need it.
The roaches off your bed, man.
We need women to tell the truth. We need women to tell the truth to women, not lying to them anymore. So I love that. I really, really love that. And I love, like I said, I love that you guys are saying that all these people are on fire and going because you don't know what it does to me. Okay. It makes me feel really good because it's getting the message across one bit by one bit by one bit. And it's necessary. That's what the whole point is. That's the whole point.
I know we keep extending it, but I got to say Danica Marie's channel too. She put out one. And I'm just like you said earlier, I'm really happy that everybody's on fire because it's bringing the guys' hope back. Danica's had a commenter, 20 years old, saying that he was losing hope. As a young man. We need this. As men, we need y'all. We really do. LC, every last one of you, because we don't have much hope left. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm not trying to cry on stream, but look.
It's okay. We talked about this. It's okay for a man to cry.
It's true though. We need them. I mean, and there's a lot of other people too because I think it was O'Shea. O'Shea did some kind of O'Shea be playing. He did some kind of like rating thing or whatever. But I was exposed even from just that video. I was exposed to so many other women that I had never heard of before. Like there are women who are having the conversation in France, in the UK. Like in the same conversation. It is so beautiful to see. It's so beautiful to see. I absolutely love it. I love the conversations. One day we'll probably have like a whole big gigantic link up, right? And we just have like a powerhouse conversation, which would be amazing. But I love to see it. I genuinely love to see it. And I love all the women out there. I think they're all beautiful and I love everything that they're all doing. And the most important, like I said, I love the conversations that they're having and the fact that they're not afraid to shy away from truth. Truth is superior. Truth is bigger than anybody. So I love that. I love that. And again, thank you guys for all of you who are still here watching. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me this evening. I know this was kind of like impromptu. I just threw it up there and I was like, okay, we're going to talk.
No, this is a great show.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I really, really love you guys. I appreciate you guys from my heart. I don't know when I'm posting the video tomorrow, but I don't miss a day when I'm posting. And let me tell you something else, okay? To post a video, I don't think my A1 day ones know, okay? To sit and post daily, it's not it ain't pre-recorded, okay? It's not something I did. It's a lot, okay? But I'm dedicated to what I'm doing. I'm dedicated to being authentic to you guys. And again, it takes some to all the people that come on and show their face every day. Not just their voice, because that's a lot. That's very easy for people to do. To just get up and they could be anywhere and just record with just their vocals. But to really come on and like show you and give what's necessary to the conversation, it requires a lot. So again, I appreciate y'all for appreciating me. Okay. It feels good. I see the comments that you guys send me. I see some messages that you guys send me. Y'all know because I respond to you. And I love the love. Okay. I really love it. It's a big deal for me. And you guys keep hearing me say the same thing because I'm coming up on a year of having these conversations. And we're gonna have to celebrate that too. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna celebrate that too. I think that's in a couple of weeks. We're gonna I'm gonna announce it and we're gonna celebrate that too. And we're gonna have some more conversations. But I'm gonna get rest tonight. I have no idea when I'm gonna post tomorrow, but I will post out a video for tomorrow. And I'm not sure when I'm going to do my live stream. Just stay close to my community page here and also my Instagram story. I always let it be known when I'm going to post my next live stream. I want you guys to take care, be safe. If I don't have another live stream before the weekend, guys, as much work as you guys put in Monday through Friday, if you get an off day on the weekend, please enjoy it. Please enjoy the people around you. Please go out in nature. Okay. Spend some time. Let that sun hit your skin. Okay. If you have a beach near you, go to the beach. Unwind. Life is tough enough. Every time we turn on the news, there's some foolishness going on. Something crazy. Okay. And there's a lot of stuff that will break your spirit too. You know, and so you have to let go, unwind. Sometimes you even got to put the phone down. I know that might be controversial because it's like, but what if you post something? But I'm just being real. Sometimes you got to put the phone down and unwind, disconnect, and focus on life around you. It's so essential.
Can I tell these young guys something? When it comes to relationships, when you're around that woman, that girl, whatever, depending on your age, at the moment you feel chaos starting to enter into that relationship, that is a sign of manipulation. That's when you need to pull back. It doesn't matter where it comes from or how it shows up. If her girlfriends bring it, if her family brings it, at the moment you feel chaos come into your relationship, step back.
Yeah, I agree.
Protect your peace. Protect your peace.
At all costs.
At all costs.
Because if that chaos shows up, let her worry about her peace. You protect yours.
It's so true. It's all so day. True. I love that, Corey. That was so sweet.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Enjoy your night, and I will see you guys next time. Love you for real.
Take care.
All right, y'all. All right.
Bless.
Take care, guys.
Love y'all.
Get back to building.
You can step into my world, see the way I see it, no matter near or far. It is a sight worth seeing. Step into my world, see the way I see it. Rivah TV.